Hello? Wait, I actually don't know if this is working or not. Testing? Wait, I don't get it. Am I live? Hello? Oh, I am live. Testing? Okay, pause. There it is. Oh my god, look how tiny the little chat is. I was using a post-it note as... Well, I was testing... My chat wasn't working. I don't know. I have a stuffed nose. Okay, how do I turn off chat? Chat. Why is chat over there? Why are you guys... Scenes. Edit. Chat box. Smaller. Update Zoom. Save. Save. Got it. Leave. Test? Test. Whatever. I'm gonna read you guys off of my iPad. That's my nose. Ow. Sorry. Sorry. Look at the baby. Hi, baby. Oh, hi. You are so cute. I can't. You're so cute. I love you. I love you. She's just a baby. Oh, she did not like waking. She's like, why did you wake me up, Mom? Okay, let's see. It's probably really quiet. What can I do? Maybe I have YouTube Premium signed in here. Whoa. Okay, bet. Can you hear that? Too loud, too quiet? What's the plan? I have no plans. I have no plans. I simply was just like, oh, I really don't want to sit at my computer right now. This fire is like really fucking hot. I need to block it out. I know. I was like, okay, I simply just want to hang. Ow! You think when she starts like this, she has a plan? Yeah, no, I don't. I'm really warm though. It's really hot in my room right now. But yeah, I'm kind of just chilling. I was like, I don't want to sit at my computer, but I do want to stream. What do I do? So I was like, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna just hang out with you guys. Cute crew neck. My mom got it for me for Christmas. Look. It's a bunch of ghosts reading books. Isn't that cute? I think I like crew necks like the most out of any sweatshirt type because they're just comfortable. Because sometimes like when I'm not going out, I like having, or when I am going out, I like the hood. When I'm not going out, I like not having the hood because then I don't have to worry about it. Guys, it's hot. I'm opening a window. Maybe I'll open two. I don't know. Hot. Turn the fire off? No, I keep it on for my cats. I like refuse to turn it off. So, I wasn't able to see you play Power World, but what are your thoughts on the game? Okay, let me think. I think the game is well-rounded in the sense that, well, it's basically Breath of the Wild. It just steals parts from Breath of the Wild, Pokemon, and any survival game. So, I would say the thing that it lacks is the world itself. There's never like danger or anything. So it's kind of like a really relaxing survival game. So kind of, it's like I would say it's like the Stardew Valley of survival games. But I just get a little unstimulated because it is that way. It's also a little clunky. I would say there's like a lot of buttons that are unnecessary. Like to increase my stats, I'd like click the button to be like, okay, increase stats. Then I increase my stats and then I have to press okay. Like little things like that. But those are just like really mild complaints. Yeah. Do you plan on doing another merch drop in the not so distant future? I wasn't able to cop the blue hoodie. Yeah, I will always probably work on merch, but it takes kind of a long time to do. So yeah, I'm like, it's early access. I think it's just like not my favorite game, but I get just kind of bored actually. Like I'm like, ooh, I actually just get sleepy while playing the game. It's very relaxing. Have you ever dermaplaned? I was thinking about it because makeup always goes on super weird, but my face is super sensitive. I don't know what that is. I like your bed frame. Thank you. I love it. Took 9 months to get it. I don't want to talk about it. I made tea, but this fireplace is so hot. I'm debating putting ice in it. Oh, dermaplaning is just shaving your face. Sydney does that, and she says she loves it. She says her makeup goes on so well, and that like, yeah. But I've never done it. But she says she loves it. You should ask Sydney. We about to have quarter-jade sneakers in the future. I've never even thought about that, to be honest. The vibe is so cozy, right? Do you have any add-ons in your matcha latte in Starbucks? No, I don't. I haven't gotten one in a very long time, but when I used to order my matcha lattes from Starbucks, there was a moment in time when I did add things and then I stopped. And now I'm not really drinking them. Now I have like powder that I want to make them with at my house. Okay, hold on. I gotta what am I thinking? I think I'm gonna... Hi, Mabel. You looked crazy right there for a second. You're so cute, though. You want to stretch? Okay. Are you reading on stream? We're just chilling. I was reading the Red Rising book series. I just finished Golden Sun. And it was really good. I was like, devastated by it, but it's so good. I'm so impressed by the way that the author is able to have so much nuance between every character. Like, every character is so distinct, so much them. I don't know. I'm really impressed by it. Also, like, the character development is really incredible. If you guys are looking for a book to read, would recommend Red Rising. The classic humans turning into climbing frames for their beds. Yeah, Mabel loves perching on shoulders. I'm gonna put ice in my tea and then turn off my fireplace because it is too toasty for me. Oh, sorry, Mabel. Itches. I don't know why. Hi, Mabel. Oh, yeah. Wait, this is so yummy iced. Where did you get your tarot card necklace? I got it from Etsy. Have you read Powerless or Fourth Wing? I've read Fourth Wing. I don't know what Powerless is. Who are you and why are you following me? No fucking clue. Don't know. Do you ever plan on getting a dog? Honestly, no. Not yet. I think a dog, I don't know. I hear about everyone's dogs. And I'm like, that lifestyle seems really hard. I just think it would be really hard. I don't know. Like, especially with having cats, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm also allergic to most animals. Like, I'm definitely allergic to basically every dog. So, the current tea I'm drinking is Earl Grey tea. Do you ever pick at your toenails and smell it and it smells like cheese? No. Pick at your what are you picking? Like, I just trim them. That is a wait. I actually don't know what are you picking from underneath there. Love me some Earl Grey. I also love me some Earl Grey tea. I don't know, Lamau, thank you for the 6 months. Is the bitrate low? The bitrate should be at 2,000, but it could just be like, I mean, I'm on Wi-Fi, so. Wait, I'm pretty hygienic, okay? I would say that it probably stemmed from my skin issues, but I would, basically, if I don't wear slippers around the house or socks, I will wash my feet before I go to bed. If I go to like a festival, I'm washing either my whole body or my feet before bed. Like, there's just something that, I don't know. And then so if John is spending the night in my room and he's walking around the house without slippers on, he has to wash his feet before getting into my bed. I don't know. Bro asks who you are and then proceeds to talk about his cheese feet. Yeah, no outside clothes on the bed. I'm very particular about that one. So it's come to be like it's really come to be a thing in my friend group. Like, whenever Broden is in our hotel room, he's like, Jody, where can I sit? Because he knows. I'm like, okay, hold on. I have to like prepare the bed. You can like put, like in hotel rooms, I'm okay with them sitting on the comforter because they're not washing that shit in hotel rooms anyways. But yeah. I want to put this on something so that I don't have to look down all the time. Ah! Dude, I will have that going for hours, and then at night when I turn it off, that will randomly pop and it scares me each time. Hotel beds are dirty. Yeah, they really are. But like, nothing you do about it, I just like to not think about it, you know? Like, ooh, I don't like that. Okay, I think this should be a fine place. Is there a place where one can see your book recommendations? Technically, I have them posted in a Discord, like a book talk, book club, book type thing, you know? Hey, Mabel, I just put that up so that, can you not? Thank you. But yeah, Jordy, I got a book you recommended. I love it so far. What book are you reading? I found other people's clothes in hotel beds before. I hate that. I hate that so much. Yeah, my cats bite my plants, and that's why I have fake plants. I think if I found other people's, I mean, that's nasty. That is actually so nasty. I almost fell off my treadmill right now. Yeah, to me, like, clothes mean they're, like, just literally not even looking, not changing the sheets. They're just simply making a bed. Shadow the Ember! I like that book a lot. That's a very fun fantasy, romantasy, but pretty heavy on the fantasy. I like the world building a lot. And the romance is good. And it's spicy. If I had to recommend, like, a spicy fantasy romance book, it's that one. You look Christmassy. Oh, yeah, I haven't taken down my... whatever. I'm too lazy. I'll do it eventually. I haven't taken down my tree either. My necklaces are from different places. This one is from a random It says Virgo. You can buy these anywhere, but this particular one I bought at a hot spring. Like, you know when they have like a souvenir, all the souvenirs that you could buy? Like I bought it while I was standing in line. Okay? And then this one is a tarot card. It's from Etsy. And then this one's from my grandmother that she had growing up. My shirt, I have no idea. My mother bought it for me for Christmas. Shouts out to my mother. But I feel like you could get this anywhere. I feel like you could really just look up ghost reading books crew neck, and you probably can get it printed anywhere. I'm drinking Earl Grey tea. What is it? Earl Grey? Bergamot? Wait. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? What is that word? Is Jody gonna play Pal World? Kind of bores me. Bergamot. I'm right? I don't know how to pronounce it. Zeus, shut up. Do you ever go on NoPixel? No, God, I want to go on GTRP and I've been meaning to, and then I just fucking keep, like, I don't know. It's just so out of my comfort zone that I'm like, bruh. You're right. Streamer is always right. Noted. No, I think that the game is really, like, it's a well-made game. You would probably like it. It's very, like, it is a cozy survival game if you're looking for, like, no combat, just like simple, but like also has a like kind of humor. If it's basically just not Animal Crossing, it's Breath of the Wild meets Pokemon meets any survivor game. So, Jody, do you like drink matcha? I fucking love matcha. Like, I think I have a problem, but honestly, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, pick my vice. So, and I'm gonna pick my vice. I think it's matcha. So I'm really trying to get into the habit of making my matcha again, because I went through a moment of time where I was doing that and then I stopped, and I'm doing it again, except the last time I did it, I used oat milk and I don't like it. Maybe, are you playing with my pen? She is. Yeah, so now I love chai. I love chai. You could RP as like a bookstore owner or something like that. Ooh. I don't know what I am. I don't know who I am. I don't know who I'm supposed to be. In real life and in fucking GTRP. It's too real, man. I was thinking about that. I don't know. I feel like... How do I explain my thoughts? I'm very good at finding happiness and gratitude in what I have and like the little things around my life, that I don't know if I'm like genuinely moving towards the path that will make me overall happy. Like, does that make sense? Like the big thing, the big picture, not sure. Small thing, sure. Because I could do that for anything. But I don't, you know what I mean? You know, picking up and putting down. So then I'm like, oh, I feel like my day-to-day, I wake up and I'm technically maybe a little, I don't know, unhappy. But then I'm like, what would make me happy? And I'm like, I don't know. Are you happy in life right now? I don't know. It's like I can be. That's the thing is like I can actually like delusion myself into making myself happy. So then am I happy? Because I can actually just be like, oh, I'm feeling kind of bummed. But I can be like, but look at what you have, Jody. You have all these great friends. You have this great job, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm able to be like, nice. I am happy. Is there more to that than I don't know. Do you also sometimes think like, why the fuck do we exist? I don't tend to like dwell on why the fuck do we exist, because to me it doesn't matter, actually. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, so what? I exist. Cool, great. That's really all that matters to me. You know, I don't really care about the why. I don't think anyone is happy 24/7. There was a saying or a quote that I read, and it was like, peace is just happiness in motion. Or sorry, happiness is peace in motion. And I've just been like, where is my peace? Where is my peace? I need a hair clip. I'll be back. Bro, I need to take allergy meds. Does anyone else know how to itch their throat? It's like the greatest thing to ever have learned, but also the worst. We are most definitely not your piece. Okay, it's funny you say that, because I was talking to John today about like my withdrawals and my deposits. And basically growing up, my mother always talks about my love bank. And I don't know if I don't know if this is a common thing. Does anyone else's mom ever talk about this? Basically, your love bank, your life, your happiness meter, I don't know, and you have your withdrawals and your deposits. And, you know, I'm sure that's like not a really, your what now? Your love bank. What brings you love? You know? Okay, so it's just like your deposits, your withdrawals. It's a bank. It's your life. So I was listing out my deposits today, and I was like, okay, a couple of my deposits. I love streaming. I love like sitting down and talking with chat. That is a deposit. I love my friends. I love John. And I listed all my deposits. So it's funny you say that you guys aren't my piece, but you actually are my deposit. But what brings me no joy from streaming is like being perceived. But they're kind of neck and neck. They are quite literally cannot stream without being perceived. I guess what I'm trying to say is like I love chatting with my community, but once it goes outside of my community, I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. It's not very fun. You know what I mean? Also, just like getting ready is annoying. I hate having to get ready every time. But I have to get ready every time, or else I have an influx of comments of being like, oh my god, you look tired, right? You're ready. So technically speaking, I could not get ready, but it's like, well, I don't want to deal with those comments, so I get ready. You know what I mean? I think you should be okay as long as you're at peace with yourself and happy with who you are and what kind of people you surround you, since the people you hang out with are a reflection of you as a person. Well, the thing is like, I love the people in my life, and I also am like very grateful for the life that I live and all of that. It's more like, it feels like my bigger picture movement is wrong. Except I actually can't pinpoint it. I don't know where that is. I don't know what I'm doing. You know? What do you mean outside of the community, and what do you mean perception? So for example, if you're in my chat, for the most part, most of you guys are here because you want to be. We're chatting because we're having a good time. And then it goes to like, I don't know, the godforsaken app, TikTok. And all the, like, it sucks because it used to be, I talked about this a little bit on my podcast, okay? Imagine a planet. This is our little planet. This is what streaming was before. Here. Okay? And then TikTok comes around, and YouTube comes around, and technically speaking, the right business move is to broadcast your planet to everywhere. So before, our planet was this big, and it was everybody, and we were hanging out, and we were having a good time. Okay? And then, boom, now we have to get bigger. Now we're on Twitter, and TikTok, and YouTube, and it's growing. And now there's all these random people that are showing up to the party that weren't really invited. We don't like these people. We're like, fuck. Okay? And then, well, I don't have anything better around me. But you know what I mean? I basically just need to get off social media, but it's also my job. I don't know. I think I'm just a baby bitch. Really? Don't listen to me. This is exactly how I feel about going to work in person. I have so much enjoyment from talking about socializing with them, but there's a whole building of full of people that can see me and notice me, and I hate it. Maybe having someone else handle your social media. I actually do think I probably should have someone else do that. Yeah. What's my deal here? No, I think I just have to live in gratitude. All the time. You know? I feel like social media is a disease. But it also is great. It connects so many people. But there's just so much bad with it. Like, I used to love Twitter. So much. And now I go on the For You page and I'm like, holy fuck, this is so negative. I see people getting shot. I'm like, what? It feels like the early days of the internet. I don't know how to explain. Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, you know, things are changing. I just have to change. I just have to, not go on social media as much, which sucks because then I can't interact with my community as much, but I find so much enjoyment from that. Hi. Ring ring. Hello? Keep purring. Just so happy. No, I used to really like Twitter. I mean, I've been using Twitter since I was like 14, bro. Which is its own problem, I know. Yeah. But I will just be grateful. Sit in my gratitude. That's what I have to do. I have a really, really stupid first world problem to really complain about here, okay? So hear me out, okay? Listen with open arms and ears. I want to play Animal Crossing music. Give me a sec. Animal Crossing. Music. Winter vibes. Oh. Whenever I'm really grumpy and in the car, John puts on Animal Crossing playlist, and like that's my love language. Okay, not that I'm saying I'm grumpy right now, but it is like my comfort. Open your ears. So, I want to go outside. I need to go outside, right? I'm happiest when I'm out, when I'm doing something. It could be anything. I could be going on a walk. I could be at a coffee shop. It does not matter, okay? I need to go out. To go outside, I have to put on makeup. Why? Because my skin is ass. Now, do you have to? Is that a law? It is not a law. But it is one of my greatest insecurities of my life. You know this about me. I've had terrible acne my whole life. It has controlled me for my whole life. So it's either I grow as a human and completely reframe this belief in myself that I do not need to have nice skin to go outside, but I can't. Now, I know you're thinking, Jody, you can do anything you want. No, I can't. Okay, this is my one, like if I, am 1v1ing like my grand final boss, this is it. Okay, I think I can actually achieve and conquer fucking anything. But this is my final boss. So, it's very hard, okay? But, I know maybe one day I'll get over that. I just want fucking healthy skin, okay? And I feel like I've never fucking had that. So then, to go outside, which is what my main goal, I want to go outside, I have to put on makeup. And you know what? That takes fucking effort. And I'm sick and tired of that. I'm like, I don't want to have to cover up my acne. But then I feel so insecure that I cannot, because when somebody's looking at me, I'm like, you're looking at my acne. Even though they're fucking not, because no one gives a fuck. You are the main character of your life. No one cares. I also don't even think I notice other people. Like, if somebody was to talk to me, I don't even look at their acne. It's a me problem. I know. But I can't. So. I could wear a mask. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I really do. I wore a mask on I had to be in an OTV shoot, and they're like, okay. And I just was like, I don't want to be perceived right now. I just really don't. And so I wore a mask. But then we were eating food, and people were like, oh my God, Jody's sick and she's sharing food. I'm like, no, I just really didn't want to be perceived at that moment. I remember when I was like 14. Hi, my love. What are you looking at? When I was 14, I remember thinking like, oh my God, I just want to have X, Y, and Z. And I feel like I've achieved all those things, worked towards all those things. And I have never in my life had healthy skin. I'm 26. Motherfucker, I'm 26. It's been 26 years. Well, okay. It's been probably, I've had acne since I was like, what, 12? No, my skin is terrible. I'm just incredibly good at makeup. I really am. I have trained myself very well. But yeah, I think oh yeah, I have makeup on. I'm telling you, if anyone ever needs, I could give you the whole shebang. Like, I got makeup on. I really do know how to do a great base. So, my skin is awful, and I'm bad at makeup. Well, makeup just takes time. Makeup just simply takes time and, like, practice. So. If you need tips and tricks, get a really heavy coverage concealer and a medium coverage foundation. Everyone pause, listen to me. If you need help, okay? Heavy coverage concealer, but a medium coverage foundation. And then before you do your base, put on a primer. I don't always do that, but if you have one you like, you can. Primer is good for like generally larger pores. But my pores are actually pretty small, so sometimes I don't use them. But if you do have larger pores, use a primer. Then put on your concealer, okay? Spot treat your concealer and let it sit. Let it get tacky, okay? You want it to get a little tacky, like dry. Then blend that in with your beauty blender or your finger, whatever, okay? Then on top of that, put on your foundation. And I just put 3 dots of foundation and I blend it in like this with my finger. And then I blend the rest in with my beauty blender. And then I go over that again with my heavy concealer. Again, I let this concealer get tacky. And then use a setting powder. Any kind of setting powder, choose your favorite. I use a setting powder and that will blur out everything. Okay? And then sometimes I'm going to put concealer on top of that. Which is what I did today. Which you can't really see, but you can. Beep. And that, my friends, is great. And if you need more coverage, get a foundation powder. So Sephora has a really good one. Like it's like the Sephora brand powder. I don't even fucking know. Okay, that one's really good. I use currently the Fenty Beauty foundation powder. I've used both. They're both great. Good luck, have fun. I also did Accutane when I was younger, but technically speaking, Accutane's not very good for you. You really shouldn't do that. Anyway, personally, I love the NARS concealer. I think it's called a Creamy Radiant Concealer or something. And Dr. Dirt's Green Cream, I had tried for a moment, but that scares me a little bit. Have you tried Curology? No. I really think my acne is like a within problem. I'm like, there's something going on. There has to be something going on. Because like, bitch, I'm 27, 26, okay? I'm no longer a teenager. So I feel like it has to be something hormonal imbalance inside. Because I don't think it's diet related. But it could be. Fuck, I don't know. But it's like, I definitely know everything there is to know about my skin in terms of what to do when I have acne. Go to a dermatologist. I've been to a dermatologist. Oh, you want to come to the dermatologist with me? Okay, ready? Let's go to the dermatologist. Yes, Jody, please come up. Oh, hello. Hi, Jody. What are you in for? Hi, I'm in for acne. Let's see. I'm going to prescribe you minocycline and maybe some spironolactone. You're gonna take this for 2 years. It'll fuck your gut microbiome, but that's okay. You take it when I have acne. Oh, are you sure? I really don't want to take an antibiotic for, I don't know, 2 fucking years. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. We don't have any other options here, so you're gonna have to take an antibiotic or that's it. Oh, you don't have any natural, I don't know, or sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm wearing your glasses. So you don't have any other, I don't know, solutions, maybe a topical cream? We do have a topical cream, but like it won't really fix your fucking problem inside, so good luck. Okay, cool, I'm out. And that is every dermatologist appointment I've ever fucking been in, ever. I've been to 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been to 5 dermatologists. I've been to 5. I'm wearing your glasses, so sorry. And I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. The first time I got prescribed, they put me on birth control. I was on birth control for like maybe 8 to 9 months. And that kind of helped my cystic acne, but not really. It didn't get rid of it. And then I had a bunch of tiny little dots, right? Then, after that, I went to another dermatologist because she was like, and then I went to another dermatologist, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to put you on spironolactone and minocycline and then doxycycline. So I went on a bunch of different things for indefinite. So this is before I knew. This is before I got really fucking fed up with, guys, okay. So here, welcome to my TED Talk. Welcome to my fucking TED Talk about why I'm passionate about skin. So go to this dermatologist, and he's like, yeah, you're going to be on these 2 antibiotics. Well, they're not 2 antibiotics. Spironolactone is not an antibiotic, but whatever. Okay, I went on an antibiotic and spironolactone, which can help with hair loss. I really don't know what spironolactone is. It's been a long time since I've looked into it. Anyways, I was on it for 2 years. Granted, my skin was as the best it's ever been, but I still didn't have really great skin. It was not clear. I was like, damn. But I just didn't know any better. And so every time I would go in for my checkup, which was I think every month, every 2 months, it would be like, okay, cool. All right, great. And then eventually, I remember I went out, it was summertime, and I go outside, and I'm wearing shorts, and I look down, and my legs are purple blue. I had splotchiness of discoloration in my legs. And I'm like, that's not normal. What the hell is that? So I go to the doctor. I'm like, hey, yeah, is this a side effect? He's like, oh yeah, maybe we should take you off these antibiotics. I was on antibiotics for 2 years. Are you serious? That's fucking terrible. I just can't even believe. Anyways, so then I'm like, oh, this probably fucked me up. No, I was taking this forever. And my acne didn't even clear up. So then we get off of it, and I was like, okay, is there anything else that I can do? He's like, yeah, it's really just have topicals. I could recommend you a naturopathic dermatologist, but nothing's guaranteed. And I was like, nothing's guaranteed. Okay. Go to another dermatologist, and then they put me on Accutane. And then my skin, I'd say that set me up for the foundation of my skin, but it wasn't fixed. So then I go on Accutane. I'm on Accutane for, I want to say, I think it was a 7-month treatment. It's been a while. I was a freshman in college. Yeah. Go on Accutane, whatever, that, blah, blah, blah. Then after that, I was like, hey, well, this isn't working. Go to another. It just basically, I go, I say, they want to prescribe me something. I say no. They want to put me on a topical. I'm like, I already kind of use all this stuff. The really stupid thing is I go in and they're like, so what do you use on your skin? I'm like, okay, great. I wash. I use a salicylic acid when I have an acne flare-up. Then I use a benzoyl peroxide for spot treatment. Occasionally, I do blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, okay, so you get it. I'm like, yeah, I do fucking get it. So I'm using all the right products. It's just I have acne. So I don't use tretinoin. I actually used tretinoin for a moment in time, literally 2 weeks, and then I had to basically, I'm making my own skincare product, and I can't use tretinoin because that would affect results. In terms of, I don't know. I gotta test my own product, too, so. What about the acne thingies from Polychoice? I'm not sure what you mean when you say thingies. Do Do you use salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide cleaner every night? No. Generally speaking, a lot of people think that when you have acne, you want to like, you are trying to use Actives every day, but it's so bad for your skin because generally it'll get dry and then it'll overproduce oil and then you get more acne. I feel like, girl, they prescribed me an antibiotic that fucked up my liver barely and did anything to my acne. Yeah, I'm like, so I feel like there's just something in my body, you know? Sorry, I didn't mean to repeat what I said before, but I just wanted to make sure you weren't hacked. But I got a message from your alt on TikTok. Not sure if it was a misclick hack. What? What did it say? I was just looking for my phone. My phone's on here. I did not. That wasn't me. I don't go on that account. My acne is heavily influenced by my PCOS, so hormonal for sure, and incidentally got better when I went on a pill that has one of the highest amounts of estrogen, which really helped. It does increase the likelihood of blood clots though, so it's not exactly good. Take it without the 5-day break because the crippling pain is not worth it. I feel like I do need to go. I want to go to a endocrinologist, like honestly ASAP. The thing is, I have this like fear of going to a doctor and them just not listening to me and like, you waste my time. But that doesn't mean it's just more like I feel like I've been to so many dermatologists. Granted, it's a totally different space, and like, yeah, I know, it's like we don't really get taken seriously, so I'm just a little hesitant and scared, but that I know I should go. I've never used hormonal birth control. Lucky to never have needed it, but it scares me. Yeah, I mean, I was on hormonal birth control for getting rid of my acne, and then now I just have an IUD. But my IUD I got inserted I had really bad periods. Like my first day was so bad. I used to be like out of commission. I would literally like not go to school and be in the fetal position in bed unless I like was able to take the only thing that worked for me was Excedrin. So unless I was able to catch my period and like take Excedrin before the period cramps happen, then I'm like out. But I got my IUD and like my periods have been, it was like life changing, honestly. But I don't know, maybe that's also, I mean, it shouldn't affect my acne because my IUD is hormonal locally rather than systemically. But some of y'all just in here saying shit. Everybody's a doctor. My IUD gave me acne when I had never had it before. Do you know what IUD you had? Did you know if you had the copper or what? Hormonal locally that exists? Yeah, so the way that the IUD works is that it's literally inserted into your uterus. And so it's releasing hormones locally rather than like when you're taking a pill, it's releasing hormones systemically. You know what I mean? Hi. Hello, my love. The number one cause of acne is just stress, to be honest. Reduce stress. Oh my God. Oh my God, guys. Just reduce stress. I would say that my acne is not generally related to stress. Or like I would say I'm not really like the most stressed individual. I have bouts of being stressed, but I would say my acne does not correlate. I actually don't really see. Do you meditate or Jody or do yoga? I meditate. Yoga, not really. I stretch, but don't do yoga. Hi. I do my sun salutations though in the morning, so technically that is a little. Oh, hello, my love. Oh, my baby. My sweet girl. Hi. Do you exercise twice a week? Love your sweater. Thanks, my mom got it from you for Christmas. Have you tried going to spas regularly and doing the whole routine? Really good for your skin and health. So I've done that. I've done the whole like, oh my God, I'm going to just go get a facial every week. It'll be so great. I will have the best skin ever. Nothing changed. And I love that facial, but my skin just has acne, man. Do you still read consistently? Yeah. I would say reading is the most consistent thing in my life. Ever. I've been reading, I feel like forever. The only time I stopped reading was in college, but that's because I was pre-med, so I was like, when the fuck are you gonna have time to read? Isn't that really expensive? Yeah, it was fucking expensive. I think I paid, I can't really remember actually. I remember I paid a lump sum, but I was like, you know, my skin bothers me this much, this is worth it. And then nothing fucking happened from it, so didn't clear up. Are you reading anything right now? I'm currently reading Actually, I just finished Golden Sun. So I read Red Rising. It's a Red Rising series. I just finished Golden Sun, and then now I'm reading Morning Star. I love it. Sunscreen Rex. I actually just tweeted about this. I just tweeted my favorite skincare products that I've been using. If you want to go look at it, or you can look at my skincare highlight on Instagram. And I laid them out from like cleanser to last step sunscreen, if you are curious. I think all the methods you've been trying are good. Maybe you can keep an Excel document of different diet things and alternative methods and type in daily or weekly results so you can feel in control of the situation that you're handling and more technically than feeling based. Yeah, I actually need to start. I was starting like a food journal because I'm like, it has to be either food or hormonal related. So, I'm jealous that she has a boyfriend. Oh. Interesting. Let's talk about that. Tell me more. Tell me about this feeling. You know, I'm curious. Wait, actually, when you think that individual said I'm jealous she has a boyfriend, do you think that that's from the point of view of like, do you think that's from the point of view of somebody who wants to hook up with me, or from the point of view who somebody is like, oh my God, longing for their own significant other? Because I took it as this latter, but now that I'm reaching, I'm like, I don't know. Okay, never mind. 100% wants to smash. Wait, jealous was not the right word to use then. You know? I'm debating if I should go back to my natural hair color or go blonde. I'm a natural blackish brown hair. I mean, I don't know what you look like. But there's no wrong decision. Hair grows. You'll always be able to dye it back whenever you want, blonde or natural. He's typing on his iPad. Wait, okay. I know it's like you're trying to... Okay, but like actually, the greatest purchase I ever did was because John had an iPad, and he started using like this as his work thing, and I love it. I bought this thing, which granted is way too fucking expensive for what it is, but I do love it. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like this little keyboard, and like this keyboard is so nice. Usually, you know, you kind of fumble when going from your like setup to an iPad keyboard, you know what I mean? But this is like, it just flows. Like I type and I don't have a single typo. Like the keys are just in the right spot. You know what I'm talking about? I know I'm not making a lot of sense, but I'm just saying, it's great. Welcome to Healthy Gamer Chi. Let's talk about that. I do love to talk. My words per minute is not very fast. Maybe like 80, 90? Probably 80. Maybe 70. I'm not a fast typer. I don't know why I want to bite this. Can I think for a second? That's my favorite thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, too often are individuals trying to keep up with the cadence of a conversation, like the ones that they would see in like a show or a movie. But conversation isn't like that. Like, it's not a ping pong game. It's like it's a dance. I don't know. It's gone. My tea's gone. Sad. I'm too high for this, Jody. I love you, girl. I don't know. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. Which book are you currently reading? I'm currently reading the third book of the not Mistborn. I just finished Mistborn. Of the Red Rising series. It's not a ping pong game. It's a dance. Why did I feel like a hit in the face? What the fuck? I don't know. I feel like people are so caught up on like appearances and saying the right thing and keeping up with the pacing and the timing and like trying to, I don't know. I think it's so fair to be like, oh, sorry, that was awkward. Ooh, I'm being a little awkward right now. Oh, I need some time to think. Or like, I don't know. And that's charming because you're being honest. Are your teeth all natural? What an interesting question. It sounds like, it was like you're going to steal my teeth in the night. They are. Well, technically, no, I had braces. How do you know when you find the one? I don't know. Do you use that fireplace sometimes? I use it every day. The only reason I have it off was because it was really making my back hot. But I use it every day because I turn it on for the cats and me. And it's cute because me and the cats, whenever I'm like reading, basically I hang out here every day. This is my everyday. I sit here, I read my book, I hang out with my cats, and I'm like, wow, we're just 3 little cats hanging out by the fireplace. Do you whiten your teeth? Your teeth are white. My teeth are not white as fuck. Like, I promise you, if I were to show you, or if you were to see me in real life, my teeth are not like white. I don't know. They're just like, hi Mabel. Hi Sweet Pea. I use Colgate whitening toothpaste. Are you a tea girl? I am a tea girl. She's purring. Do you hear her? Oh, she stopped. Why'd you stop? Oh. Yeah, no, Mabel is a fucking weirdo. Look at her! Wow, that was perfect timing, Mabel. That was for the camera, wasn't it? Okay. She's weird. But she's like my weirdo. Both of my cats are a little funny. They're really like Genji's a wallflower. So if I imagine him at a party, he's a wallflower. He's like, he gets his drink and then he kind of just observes people. And then he sees like his one best friend enter the room. And he's like, ah! And then everyone else is like. And then Mabel is, I don't know. Mabel to me is a freak. She's just a little freak. You're just a little weirdo. That pic you posted of you when you were youngest sipping on that drink. I used to go to the resort all the time as a kid. Oh my God, really? I remember my parents, I think my dad was, that was when I was living in Hawaii, I want to say. My dad visited or something. Yeah, which is also, that resort is actually one of my earliest memories. I remember my dad and I were laying in the resort bed and I kept saying, Mom, Dad's goofing around. And then my dad would say, Mom, Jody's goofing around. And I like just have, that's like one of my first memories. We were just giggling. How was Red Rising? It was good. It was phenomenal, actually. I'm so impressed with the author. Like, I'm just so impressed with the way he's able to depict, I pronounce it Darrow, but I don't know if it's Jarrow. I'm going to say Darrow. Darrow's like character development, because when the book first starts, I'm like, oh, what a little teenage boy. And then I'm like, holy fuck, grown into a man. It's like cool to have him learn and the empathy that he has for other characters. I'm just like, damn. Is this the book you went to reading blind? No. I knew generally what this book was about, or like I had an idea of like sci-fi dystopian. And then what else did I like? Oh, I love all the supporting characters. I'm like, dude, just really well done. Everyone is so unique and the nuance and when all of the other characters talk. I'm like, the talent it takes to have one individual write this book. I'm like, damn. It's called Red Rising. It's a Red Rising series. I'm on the third book of the series right now. The book, it's a sci-fi dystopian, and, well, yeah, I mean, you probably, you know what's up, but it's basically the unique part about it is that the world is full of color. It is like every individual in society is assigned a color and basically looks at color. So like reds have red hair, red eyes, golds have blonde hair, gold eyes type thing. And golds are at the top of the hierarchy, reds are at the bottom, and it is about Red Rising. Where's she at? Read the title. Read it. Green is so your color. Looks so nice on you. Thank you. Hey, my name is Quarter Jade. So, that's... I was picking out my Streamer Awards dress. I think it's green. You got me into reading One Dark Window. It was so good. I'm reading Two Twisted Crowns. I actually really liked One Dark Window. That was a very entertaining fantasy read. I liked the mystery of it. How long your stocking's staying up? Honestly, I'm probably taking him down soon. I just keep forgetting or like not caring. Your room looks so cozy. My room is rather cozy. I do love my room. Hi, Meeple. Hi. You taught me Contract Rummy and it has ruined my friendships. I fucking love that game. I'm so glad at least one person like took it and played it. Have you read any dystopian books? Yeah. I've read many. Yeah. Did you ever want to hit Radiant Valor? I had a glimpse in time where I was like, I'm gonna hit Radiant Valor, and then I was quickly like, no, I don't want to do that. It's not worth it. This is my room. It looks like a fancy hotel. Really? Yes, I mean, it's kind of messy right now. Kind of messy. This is the room she's usually in. Don't gaslight me. Yeah, this is my room. What's up? Oh, I've heard a lot about Once Upon a Broken Heart or something. I haven't read it, but it's on my to be read list. My family has literally played Contract Rummy for generations. My grandma taught me and her mom taught her. That's like me. My grandmother taught my family. For you to read, do you have to have a little smut in the book? No. Thoughts about making a mood board about book you read. A mood board about the books I read. Can you expand? I don't know what that means. What are the socks behind you? They're stockings! What do you mean? Do you truly believe you can hit Radiant if you tried? Yes. Do you have any ideas for your next merch release? I loved your Virgo collection. I have a couple ideas up my sleeve. In terms of like how I want the pieces to look or sit. But in terms of like the aesthetic of the collection, I have no idea yet. Looks like a Pinterest board. Oh, I've never thought about doing that. The Virgo collection 8. Thank you. Thank you. TMI for you to... don't know if this is TMI for you, for you to share. But how would you say you've learned to handle conflict resolution within your relationship? Were you naturally good at it or was it growth? Conflict resolution? I would say I was naturally good at it. I feel like to me, conflict just simply is like, I feel like the only time conflict never gets, or I feel like, how do I say this? I think the only time conflict does not get resolved is when an individual is not willing to hear another individual out. But if you're always willing to hear another individual out and like willing to validate an experience of another individual, then what conflict could there possibly be? I mean, other than, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Within bounds and reason. Are you a silver and gold girly? I am a silver and gold girly. I am wearing both. I like the casualness of mixing both. So, I love my new Virgo collection hoodie. I always get so many compliments when I wear it. I love the merch. Thank you. I have yet to hear back on the data, so I know it wasn't doing that well. Like, it wasn't selling that much. So I hope that maybe the new blue one maybe Because I feel like I put my whole OC into that collection, so I hope it did well. I need to get the data back. How do you read, find out about new book series to read? It's either through chat, honestly, or Storygraph is one of my favorite things. Or what? Do you plan to make book reviews? I enjoy your book content so much. I don't know what I'll probably review the Red Rising series. But the thing is like, I feel like it's boring to review a book I love. You know? I guess. I'd be stalking your Storygraph. What is your favorite non-fiction book? I honestly cannot fucking think of one. I don't know. I don't read nonfiction, generally. Unless it's like, I guess The Secret would be my favorite nonfiction book. But that shit's outdated as fuck. What am I'm trying to think. I like read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and then I put that down because I was like, Jesus Christ. I don't know. Stunlock. I'm trying to think of like what have I read? No, I mean nothing really. Nah. I just don't read a lot of like self-help books and stuff, which generally feels like that's a lot of the popular nonfiction. Not that it is everything, but The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck was low-key hard to read. I didn't finish it. It felt just like so redundant, and I was like, yeah, this feels like everything I know. Or like, I don't know, I was just kind of like, So I was like, meh. Outside of that, it's kind of just history. Yeah. Hey, can you look into this? I would think it would be really cute. Oh, never mind. My glasses are not that. They're really like, my glasses are like plus 0.25. What foundation do you use? I use, NARS Radiant Light Illuminating. I'm throwing out zinger words and I'm hoping one of them. I think something like that. I don't know. I think. Have you tried a Kindle? I have a Kindle. And I have physical books. Biography. Yeah. I just like, I don't know. I'm generally not interested. I think there's one day where I leap into biographies. But, meh. You know? Reading is kind of like my escapism. I don't watch TV. I don't really watch movies that often. So, I would rather just read fiction. You know? Biography of Matt Maltese. I'll probably do a room tour when I leave. When we move. But honestly, like, this room is, I don't like it. Not like, I like the room, but I don't like how I decorated it because it's just like so far from my general aesthetic that I feel like I just put things where they fit feng shui wise, but not like how I would want it. So I don't really want to like room tour because I'm like, doesn't really like portray me very well, I think. I don't think I've read Shatter Me. Would you say that you and John are opposite or opposites? Wait, sorry. Would you say you and John are opposites attract or more similar to each other? don't know. I would say maybe opposites attract if I had to put us in one of those categories, you know? But I don't think anyone really, like, fully sits in. I don't know. What is your general aesthetic? What is you? I don't know. My general aesthetic is just me. I feel like I don't have a thing that I really, like, particularly, like, try to follow in terms of aesthetic. I just buy things that I like, and then together that creates my aesthetic. Look at you. What are you doing? Maybe a mix of both. Maybe something like that. I don't know. You should do a YouTube first time watch movie channel. YouTube first time watch movie channel. I don't know what that is. Like, oh my god, I watched this movie, or like I react to the movie. Hi. I would say my preference between Kindle and physical book. Like, Kindle is just so easy to read. I like Kindle reading because I can literally sit there and not move. And that is really immersive for me. But I do love a physical book because I love to, like, add little annotations or, like, highlight certain things that feel very me. Yeah, Mabel does have curly hair. What is your guilty pleasure? A matcha latte, reading. What is a guilty? Wait, when you say, what does guilty mean? Like, guilty pleasure. Guilty is like, it's kind of bad for me. Smut. Smut ain't bad. Bad, but you enjoy doing it? Bad. It's bad for me. For me, it's chocolate. Chocolate's technically good for you. Next on my reading list is also Stormlight Archive. I feel like what is my guilty pleasure? Like an unhealthy snack? My like you're embarrassed about it. Oh, I'm embarrassed about it. There's not much I feel like I'm embarrassed about. You feel bad after you do it. What do I feel bad after I do? Holy fuck, am I a robot? Like, one is eating McDonald's. The thing is, I actually feel like I have such a healthy relationship with food now where I'm like, I'm gonna feed my body. McDonald's is fine. Like, I don't indulge in McDonald's all the time. I don't eat ice cream all the time. Like, I don't really indulge in these things a lot of times. So when I do, it's kind of like, you deserve it. Or like, yeah, you should have some. It's never like I feel guilty about it. Jesus Christ, Jody, what is your guilty pleasure? A guilty pleasure is something such as a film, a television program, piece of music, or entity that one enjoys just by understanding that it's not particularly generally held in high regard or seen as unusual or weird. Unusual or weird. Something that generally is considered popular or normal. Smut. Do we really? Oh, that was swipe to allow or deny. Oh, wow, cool. Doom scrolling? I actually don't doom scroll. Like, when I am doom scrolling, I instantly go, oh yeah, I'm out. I try not to go on TikTok that much. Example, you love Nickelback. Good God, what is my guilty pleasure? I have to have one. I know I have one. Something that is socially, sunlight. I do love smut. But that I'm not ashamed of that, or like, you know? Like, to me, I'm like, I don't know. This automod really doesn't want you to say smut. You don't have to have a guilty pleasure? Yeah, but it's like... Yes, I do. Rom-coms. Watching a trashy reality TV show. I would watch a reality TV show, but I wouldn't put it on. I don't seek it out. So is it really my guilty pleasure? What the hell is smut? Written erotic stories. Which I was gonna tweet the other day. I was gonna tweet and my tweet was gonna be all men. Hold on. Okay, verbatim is all men should read smut and know how to style their hair. Oh, did it F? Really? Wait, I see it. Refresh. Just refresh. Okay, hi. The world didn't want you to share what you're gonna tweet. Well, I'm gonna share anyways. Ready? This is my tweet. Verbatim. Is all men should read smut and know how to style their hair. And I think that's based. I think it's base as fuck. And she was real for that. I really think that it's either you need to I think as a guy either needs to read smut or truly indulge in rom-coms. Because I feel like it's such a great depiction on how women want to be loved. It's like the cheat sheet that you get to bring into your calculus exam. Truly. Just read smut. Or watch a rom-com. You can learn lots. But rom-coms are not erotic. So when I say read smut, it really be teaching you all to teach. So I'm just saying. Read smut. If you're 18 plus. Just saying. Mabel, where did you put my chapstick? Somewhere. Boop, boop, boop. What did you do with this, Miss Mabel? I know you were playing with it. Smut tier list win. I really don't have many very good. I feel like I don't read just smut. My smut books have to have something else in it. If I just read straight smut, I'm bored. There's nothing, I don't care for it. But I really like The Shadow and the Ember. Had spice, fantasy was great. I loved the world building and I loved the main characters and all of the supporting characters. Truly loved the story of that book. But I don't read just smut. I can't. Yeah. Did you read Icebreaker? No, and I probably will never. That is I don't want to. I don't know why. Maybe I will. You know what? I probably fucking should. Because now it's I have a morbid curiosity. I have to. Fourth Wing. Yeah, I think I would not say Fourth Wing is the greatest book ever. I think I am half Norwegian. I think Fourth Wing smut wise it's okay. I want to change. Somehow we went out of Animal Crossing. Oh, whoa, what the fuck did I do? Ah! Okay, there we go. Fourth Wing smut, I feel was kind of repetitive. I honestly can't remember. I think it was yeah, I can't remember, but Crescent City, good God, I don't remember Crescent City. That book was all over the fucking place. First you're here, then you're there, so I don't remember the smut. But I really did like A Shadow in the Ember. Also, the third book of The Witch Collector, I will never forget. But is that book good? Is that series good? No. First book, okay, got me interested. Second book, dear God, what a bore. Snooze fest. Third book, Jesus, spicy. That's the book where he can clone himself. Why does it feel wrong to be a guy and like rom-com? Somebody explain him asking for a friend. It feels wrong because society shames you. Well, specifically other men shame you. But that's because they're pussy bitches and they don't get it. And the people who get it, get it. I think it's stupid that... I mean, it's just the whole thing that men generally try to appeal to the male gaze, where the male gaze is not really what a lot of women want. But that's the one you read on a plane next to John. Yeah, so basically in The Witch Collector Book 3, he is able to clone himself, if you are picking up what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. And I was like... And then I showed John, and he was like... I was like, God damn. Unfortunately, I am. Someone read this book and get back to me. Fast, I'm giving you homework. Go read that book. I know you haven't read a book for 12 years, okay? And we talked about this, but like, you should. 12? I don't know. You said you haven't read a full book. 21. Go read a damn book. Where do I resign? All of my mods, in order to be my mod, must read one smut book. I declare. What book? It's the third book of The Witch Collector. I actually, in terms of smut, I really did like that book. I felt like there was so much tension. Also, the world is cool. There's magic and all that. So I was like, damn, I'm in. Yeah. I don't get it with the clones. Like, cloning just makes me think of Star Wars. Well, I'm not going to be the one to explain it to you, so that's jazz, baby. All right, what book am I reading? Ooh! Okay, ready? I'm going to give you two, and you can choose. One is longer. I don't think I own The Witch Collector. Okay. So, you could read A Shadow in the Ember, which is, I've heard about it. Now, let me sell this book to you. Like, where is it? I don't own the other one. Now, you're thinking, oh my God, that's a really big book. Don't be scared. If you don't like it, you just put it down. It's fine. I think this book picks up at chapter 19, if I remember correctly. So, no, Steve-O, this is for you too. All my mods in here right now, read it. Read it and get back to me. Fantasy. Let me just explain the world to you. 19. So I think the book is good prior to that, but at chapter 19, you're like, holy shit. Can guys read smut? Guys can do anything they want. You can do anything that women can do. Anything. It is fine. Read smut. This is harder than the legal cases I have to read. No! You will, maybe. But like, you might read it and you'll be like, oh, okay. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. All right? Let me give you the rundown. We're set in a world where there are gods and primals. In terms of tiers, it goes gods and primals. Primals rule the gods, and then there's like humans. There's a magic system to it. Do you have it upside down? No. It's just the thing is mirrored, you know? how do I explain this? Our main character is a girl named like Serafina or something. And she, from her fate has been decided for her many years ago, like centuries ago. Then, when she becomes of age, she is sworn to marry the primal of death in a agreement to save the land. Okay, whatever. But really, she's been trained for like 18 years as an assassin. So her job is to kill the primal of death. Boom. The fantasy is really good. There's dragons. It's sick. All the supporting characters are pretty interesting. I really like a lot of the supporting characters. I'm like, oh my god, I love them. And the smut is good. The smut is good. So, okay, now, you could read that. That's your option number 1. This is like, I actually really like this book. This book good. Option number 2, mods. It's called The Witch Collector. Now, I don't think that book is like really good. I don't think there's any like, it's like the general. That one is a village and the witch collector comes every year and collects a witch. Our main character, I think, cannot speak, if I remember correctly. So she is mute, and the year prior, the witch collector collected her sisters, and now she has a plan to murder the witch collector when he comes. I think the first book is whatever the second book is, and the third book, read the third book. I don't even think you need to read the first or second. It's from a completely different POV, and honestly, like, whatever, just like, you'll fill in the blanks. But that smut was good. And shorter, I think, than this book. I got the first one free on my Kindle. Well, there you go. Wow, wait, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And if you don't like it, then you don't like it. That's okay. It's completely fair if you don't like something. But if I was to give you, one, I'm giving you those two. How much are the books? I actually want to, if anyone has Kindle Unlimited, I feel like The Witch Collector was free with Kindle Unlimited, but you probably don't have Kindle Unlimited because you haven't read a book for 26 years. If they're more than a bottle of vodka, I don't know, man. I don't even want to dissect that sentence. Hear me out, I already got One Dark Window as well. One Dark Window is really good. Not very smutty. Like spice level 1. But actually a good book. We about to all be in the Discord and have a book night. Wait, that's so cute! I'm guessing you've read 50 Shades of Grey. I read 50 Shades of Grey like when I was in high school. I don't think I liked it. Do you have a Kindle, recommend it, or a physical book? I have both. I have a Kindle, I have physical books. But I do love my Kindle. Amazon Prime gets you a Kindle? Amazon Prime gets you a Kindle? What? There's no way. It gives you Prime reading. I was gonna say. We about to popcorn read this shit? I'm so excited when you guys popcorn read the smut together. What is that called when a bunch of boys come together and watch porn? God, what is that called? Flirt. Do you remember? Like, I remember hearing about that in high school. Oh, God. Circle jerk. It is a circle jerk, right? Ultimate nut. Anyways, that's basically what you would be doing. But, hey, cheers. Cheers to that. I ain't judging. That's not what I call a circle jerk. Is it not? Wait, there's like, I remember hearing about that in high school when a bunch of boys would get together and watch porn together, which I don't understand. Why did they do that? Can somebody explain that to me? Like, actually, please. That is something I just genuinely remember hearing about, and I was like, why? Why did you do it together? I don't know. I've never done it. Why together? I don't know. Is it because, like, maybe back in the day, they, like, only one computer or something? No one actually does it? I definitely had a high school boy, or a group of high school boys do that. And it was goss. The goss was hot. So I don't know. I feel like that what happened to me the first time I watched porn and basically never again. Oh, so you're saying it's like, hey, oh my God, Billy, watch this. And Billy's like, whoa, Trevor, watch this. And then it's like you're just showing. That makes more sense. That does make more sense. Wait, no one has ever done it too? I don't know if I don't know. It happened to me a couple times. It's weird. Okay. Please, I have to know. High school is weird. So what? They're just like, so what do you guys want to do? I don't know. I'm pretty hard right now. We could watch porn together. Like, if I get Prime Reading, I can read the first one for free, yeah? Or Kindle Unlimited. So Kindle Unlimited is not free. That's a monthly payment. But what is Prime Reading? Do you get books for free? Kindle Unlimited, but you have to have a Kindle. Is Smut just watching porn, but just for the plot? Okay. I feel like Smut has a bad rec. Basically, Smut is a subgenre. So, like, fantasy smut. It's a fantasy book, but there's smut in it. It could be just like erotica, but that's its own, you know? You know what I mean? We were chilling, having drinks, talking shit, and then he was like, hey, and then we watched porn. More fun when there's girls around for sure, but it's weird. I'm very confused by that. Do you read any AO3? I do not. So do you get to read as many books as you can for free with Kindle Unlimited? So you can read, if they're under the Kindle Unlimited, like, if they're in the Kindle Unlimited category, which some stories are considered to be with the Kindle Unlimited package, you can read all of these books for free. You pay like I can't remember how much monthly, but you pay that and then you can read any book under the Kindle Unlimited. You don't have to pay for it, but you can only have like 5 in your library at a time. But like still, it's a lot. We like to discuss the plot. Have you tried writing? No, I have never tried writing. But I think it's funny that everyone associates or keeps asking me this. They're like, oh, you read, you must want to write. I'm like, I can say with 100% certainty, I will not watch porn with y'all. I feel like the only person I'm ever going to watch porn with is like the person I'm trying to have sex with. Or like am having sex with. You know? Do you like audiobooks? I don't. I really don't. I think where the confusion lies is that I assume that when you're watching porn, you're masturbating. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys are just simply watching the porn as if it's a football game. What was the name of the first book? A Shadow in the Ember. I'm so excited for you guys to read it. But also, again, if you don't like it, you don't like it. And that's okay. You will not offend me. I'm super glad you guys are trying it out. I watched porn with the boys once. We mostly just critiqued it. Nobody got hard. I like that you know that no one got hard. Were you looking? I'm just kidding. I'm teasing you. She's gonna hate everyone if we don't like it. No, I promise you, I will not take offense if you don't like it. There's so many books that I don't like that people love. And that's you know, that's just taste. I love Nick Toss. He's my favorite character in this series, honestly. Nick Toss is one of my favorite, like, he actually makes the book really worth reading, in my opinion. I had to do a sensory touch test. constantly checking if any of the boys are hard. Yeah, just making sure. A circle jerk is when a group of men or sit or stand in a circle and masturbate. So it is a circle jerk. Bukkake? No, that's different. That is different. Would you ever do a podcast about... Whoa, where'd that go? Whoa. About sexual health. Not in a weird way, just in a girl chat way. Oh. I would talk about that. I don't know what I would talk about, but I would talk about that. A circle jerk is when everyone is jerking each other off, not themselves. I don't know, man. I feel like the two definitions are going to fuck someone up. Someone's going to show up to the invite of the circle jerk, and they're going to show up and pull their pants down and be like, hey, man, I'm ready to circle jerk. And the other guy's going to be like, yeah, man, I'm ready. And then he's going to grab the other guy's dick, and the other guy's dick like, whoa, no, touch my dick, touch your dick. Why are there two definitions of circle jerk? What's the name of the book again? A Shadow in the Ember. I do not like Colleen Hoover. I would use her books as Kindle in the apocalypse. That's my Kirsch. That's my Kirsch, not yours. I've heard both usages. That's going to confuse someone. Open, honest communication is important before any sexual activity. Very, very true. Open and honest communication. Always. I think, especially as a woman, sex can be really hard because... Jelly Brainfeld, thank you for the prime. Yeah, where are my alerts? My alerts are supposed to show up right here, but they haven't. So, really sorry about that. I'm not sure. We're working it out. My phone streams, I just don't know. Topsy, thank you for the prime. I feel like I could be speaking not for all of women here. Like, just specifically for me, sex is... when I'm not completely comfortable with a partner, it's a little hard because there's a lot of expectation put on women, like to look hot all the time, to enjoy even when maybe I'm not enjoying. Like, there's just a lot of pressure around sex, but granted, it's what society pushes on me and also what I put on myself. So I feel like open communication is like the only thing that would really solve that issue. Judge, thank you for the prime. Thank you. Normally watching the porn with the boys, we just watch and don't do anything. Why? I don't understand. Why are you watching the porn? I don't know. Yes, the pressure seems so intimidating, and honestly, it kind of eliminates libido for me at least. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's like, it's kind of like how, it's like a known... Like, you know how, like, women disassociate during sex? It, like, generally boils down to that. Not that every woman does, obviously, but it's, like, a known... Or, like, you know, it's, like, the... Not... Oh, God, I'm not generalizing. It's, like, the idea that a lot of... It's, like, Oh, maybe you're stuck? Hold on. You weren't supposed to tell them that, Jody. No, I feel like, well, that's like a problem to be solved, you know? Like, if you're disassociating during sex, it's generally because maybe, like, you're not enjoying it, but you don't know how to speak up about it, or you're thinking too much about what you're looking like, or whatever. You're not in the moment. You're currently elsewhere. But my girlfriend has the same process. It is always pressure-free and up to her, especially if you're on the neurodiverse spectrum. Yeah, I think once you create, like, a safe space, or, like, a safe word even, or a moment where you can, like, pause. I think sex is just... It's just like conversation. It is not a ping pong game. It is a dance, and it's okay to interrupt that dance. You know? Prime doesn't have the Witch Collector third book. I got Shot in the Ember, though. Please let me know what you think. Why is the only thing you speak about sex? Are you void of personality? Let's see. What else? We talk about books for... How long did we talk about books? And then we talked about my current... I think we talked about happiness and peace within that. We talked about gratitude. We could talk about anything that you would like. I recently read Waiting for Sunshine and Waiting for Healing. I've never heard of these. They are smutty contemporary, but I do not like contemporary romance, generally speaking. So, we did talk about skincare. Why don't you like Colleen Hoover books? They just feel like every time that I read a book by her, which has been It Ends With Us and Verity, that it's just a little problematic. Like I read this and I'm like, what are you doing? So in Verity, I thought the mystery was really interesting and I was like, oh shit, okay. But then the story continues on and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And I was just like, I just had so much angst of like, what the fuck are you doing? And so I just don't like that. I think that a lot of the plots are like supposed to be maybe like for the shock value, but they're just not for me. You don't know if I dance during my ping pong games. I check in with my girlfriend during sex fairly regularly. I love that. I love that so much. Dun. Verity was good though. Yeah, I really didn't like Verity. I really did not like it. I thought the beginning had me hooked, and then as I continued reading, I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then It Ends With Us. I can't remember how I felt. I read that one a long time ago, but I don't really think I liked it. Where'd you get your shirt? I don't know. My mom got it for me for Christmas. It has ghosts reading books on it. Bing, bong. Shadow and Bone. I actually haven't. Too Late was a crazy book by her. Yeah, no, after Verity, I was like, I will not read another. It's just not for me. Not for me. You know? Talk about Fourth Wing? We talked a little bit about Fourth Wing. I think Fourth Wing is a really just fun, easy read. The smut to me, like we just talked about it. Like somebody's recommended Fourth Wing for smut, but I was like, that book doesn't feel like a smut book to me. But I mean, it is spicy at moments, but to me, it felt, I don't know. Yeah. Meh. Communication is the most attractive thing in the world. That's so true. Also, somebody who is able to understand themselves and then communicate that, you know? Like, it's such a thing I value, I guess. Like, when you're able to understand, be emotionally intelligent, and be able to tactfully communicate that. I have read Crescent City. How do you deal with rude comments and keep a positive mentality? For the most part, like, some rude comments are just rude, but like, it's not like they have any merit. Also, I think I just generally speaking, I just know that no one normal comes out of their way and like writes a little rude comment. Like, Jodie at her worst, when she was really insecure, jealous, she's like 13, would write a rude comment. Like, I would be like, oh yeah, that would be a time in my life where if social media was big, I would have wrote a rude comment. But I'm just like past that stage. So I think, I know that it's not really like rooted in anything other than like unhappiness from that person. But yeah, it like doesn't what am I trying to say? It doesn't affect me mentally because I know that that person's probably struggling, or just like, I don't, they're just, why like, go do something better with your life. I just sounded like Yoshi. I know Mabel's running around. What read do you absolutely don't read? What read do you absolutely don't read? Like, you see the description, you're running away. I don't know. I would have to put some thought into that. I'm not sure. Mabel, you're going crazy. Hi, Genji. Good morning. There you are. Favorite trope? Can I have trope examples? I need to look them up. I would have to look up tropes to like know which one my favorite is. What would be signs that a girl you date is well emotionally matured? What are signs of emotional maturity? Ability to listen, not take things personally, validates. I know, but like what? I need to Google. Okay, here we go. Tropes. Popular tropes list. Complete list of tropes. Do you know? Okay. Oh, here we go. Arranged marriage, fake relationship, first love, coming of age, roommates, childhood friends, forbidden love, secret billionaire, soulmates, friend with... Is this only romance? Gay for you. I'm not... I didn't make that up. It's okay, I'm not lying. Wrong place, wrong time, overcoming grief through love, love triangle, Beauty and the Beast, Omegaverse, I don't know what that means, enemies to lovers, bad boy with tragic backstory, even evil has loved ones, second chance, friends to lovers, intellectual forming a bond through rivalry, unrequited love, stuck together, apprentice relation. Ow! What the fuck, Mabel? Okay, you're so clumsy, but Jesus Christ. She like tried to walk on my legs and then just scratched the fuck out of me. Ow. Hi. Yeah, that hurt, Mabel. Omegaverse, so I don't know what that means. Slow burn, forbidden love, enemies to lovers. I do love a slow burn. I prefer a slow burn to anything, but is that a trope? Okay. Let me see what I don't give a fuck about. Don't care for friends with benefits. I don't know what Omegaverse is. Unrequited love. Apprenticeship. I'm not. Secret billionaire, no. Don't care about first love. I guess I like rivalry, like the intellectuals forming a bond through like I do like rivalry. I love a slow burn. I have not read a love triangle in some time. I really haven't. Every time she looks into the cam for Omegaverse. Okay, I'm Googling this. Alternative universe with alphas, betas, and omegas, all within their scientific bio. Oh. That's just academic rivals. Oh, then no. I think I just love a slow burn no matter what it is. How do you think that you've changed, matured because of streaming? Oh my God, I feel like I've matured and changed so much from streaming. Like, I actually feel like I've just become a better version of myself. I've become way more confident in myself. I think I also am so much more mindful and considerate. And not to say that I wasn't before. I think I absolutely have really always been. Like, it would, you know, but I've just been better at it. What else? Receiving hate online has actually made me more confident as an individual, which is kind of backwards. But I just really started to see the absurdity in some of the hate, like unwarranted hate, okay? Unwarranted hate and criticism and things like that. Like, I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ. So I've just become more confident with myself, where I'm just like, that's absurd, but okay. I remember when I first joined stream, you were about to go to grad college, or about to graduate college, and now it is my turn soon. That's crazy. Are you planning on finishing the entire Rising series ASAP, or waiting until book 6 and 7 are out to bridge it? I think I'm gonna finish the trilogy, and then I might go elsewhere, and then come back. Because I heard it switches from there. gay for you is cringe. I also am confused by that trope. But to be fair, that it was, I don't know. Also, this auto mod is crazy. Whatever. Like, what is auto modding there? The word gay? I don't know. Game of Hearts and Heist. I've never heard of it. I watched Pink Hair Jody clip recently. I noticed how much you've grown into yourself. It was really wholesome. Yeah, I think I've just, I don't know, just grown into myself. And I still am, you know, I have a long ways to go in terms of, I don't know, learning more about myself and how I portray myself and step into the world. But I think for the most part, I've learned a lot in the last like 2-3 years, I think. Oh, we have auto mod on level 1. We have to turn that off. Can a mod adjust that, or do I have to? I don't know if yeah. I love the way you have conversations. I feel like I can talk to anyone because they can't have serious conversations. Wait, I love the way you have conversations. I feel like I can talk to anyone because they can't have serious conversations. I'm so, sorry, what? I feel like I can talk to anyone because they can't have, my brain not brain, or that was you, I don't know. Expand. They meant can't. They probably meant can't. Like I love the way you have conversation. I feel like I can't talk to anyone because they can't have serious conversations. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I also hate that, actually. I don't feel like that with anyone in my life. But I hate when people are like, haha, or like can't take, I don't know. I know what you mean. I actually know what you mean. Like when people just like giggle at things or whatever. Like, or I don't take it as not taking it seriously. I just think a lot of people are uncomfortable with specific things, which is totally fair. But I love that I have found people that I can be, or that are comfortable discussing anything under the sun. And it's like, cool, we can actually have a conversation about this. How would you say that you learned the most about yourself? Just through experiencing things, or did you actively search out information on how to further yourself? I actually just think like facing hard problems is where I grow the most. I think like making mistakes is like where I learn the most. And I've made many mistakes throughout my years of streaming, and it is, you know, obviously broadcasted, but also I just like make mistakes within like, I'm also like, all my friends are also my coworkers, and you learn a lot through that. So I learn much. They are Christmas decoration. Well, I mean, I just have stockings up, but that's about it. I can't have a conversation with my dad because he always makes it about himself. Like, I'll sit there like, yeah, I just don't like strawberries. And he'll go, you have never been without. I used to only eat bread in the Navy. Blah, blah, blah. It hurts me. Yeah, parents are hard because it's like you want to tell them like an open conversation to be like, hey, you always talk about yourself. Can we bring that back? But then you also like, it's your parents. It's really hard to talk to them. That was an interesting perspective that I hadn't considered previously. All my friends are my coworkers in terms of streaming. Yes, and I have my closest friends, and my closest friends being my coworkers is like the easiest, but it's like kind of like that when your acquaintances are also your coworkers. It's like you want to be respectful, but it's also it's an entertainment business. So it's kind of like you're kind of putting yourself out there in terms of humor, banter, whatever it may be, and it sometimes will not land. And that's where it gets sticky. But I think for the most part, or not even for the most part, I think everybody has good intentions. Like, well, actually, no, not everyone. For the most part, everybody has good intentions. And I think everyone's just trying their best. And everyone makes mistakes. And you kind of just learn as you go. But, yeah. When are we getting more merch? I don't know. Kenji, you gotta stop doing that to my back. I think that I will make merch soon. In terms of like, merch just takes a long time, so I don't know when it will actually come to fruition. But if you could commit a crime so that crime can never be done again by anyone in the world, what crime? I don't know. That would be really hard. that is like for the greater of mankind, but like I would have to live with, I don't think I could do that. That would be really hard. I don't know. What's my favorite snack? I like chips. I like chips a lot. Lion court. Oh, I was thinking like genocide. But I'm like, I can't go and do that. Okay, lion court is a good one. We went two very different directions there. No, I went to the extreme. I was like, rape, genocide, like, but I can't, like I would not be able to live with myself. So I guess it would be like a martyr. Like I would have to do for the greater good, and then I would have the peace. It's okay. I was thinking murder, and I was like, yeah, no, okay, yeah. But two people immediately said lion court. I was like, but my mind went to the crazy things where it's like, well, I don't want that to happen. Like, yeah. You can stop it, but at what cost? That's what I'm saying. Like, at what cost? I don't know. Dude, Maple fucked my leg up. Ow. What is your favorite country that you have traveled to, visited? Ooh. Well, I would say I have traveled, but my travel time has been so short. I actually feel like I haven't been able to truly experience a culture. So my first thought is Japan, but that's because I spent a total of 4 weeks in Japan. And so like I have a really clear understanding of what it's like there. Whereas like I went on a cruise with my family and I was in Norway for 1 day. So I don't really, like I don't, so I guess I would say Japan, but I don't know if that's, I guess I would just say Japan. I have been to Brazil. I did like Brazil a lot. But again, I only experienced it for like, not even, I only was able to have 1 day where we actually experienced it, and I loved it. We went to like this farmer's market. But the other days I was just working. So I didn't really like get to experience it. I've never been on Wine About It. Is it ever scary to travel to places you are not familiar with? Are you fairly positive-minded about it? I'm fairly positive-minded about it, but that's generally because I'm always with friends or people or like coworkers. So like I always have someone around, and if I have someone around, I don't mind. Like if I was to travel alone, I would be a little scared, What are some book recs you'd like to share? I always list the same books for the most part. I love Song of Achilles. I love A Shadow in the Ember. I now fucking love Red Rising. What else? I really liked One Dark Window. Mating in Captivity. That's my favorite nonfiction book. Guys, I remembered. Sorry, I'm looking at my bookcase. Yeah. How'd you find out about those books? Either recs from my family, from chat, or from an app called Storygraph. Do you like From Blood and Ash? I actually don't like From Blood and Ash, which is funny because I love A Shadow in the Ember. But then I recently read another book by Jennifer Armentrout called Fall of Ruin and Wrath, and that shit was ass. That's okay. So she has this book, A Shadow in the Ember, and then she has another book called Fall of Ruin and Wrath, which I'm pretty sure came out recently. It's actually just A Shadow and Ember's. It's the same fucking thing, but diff. So I'm like, this is the same thing, different font, but worse. So I was very confused by it. But yeah. Genji wants me to turn the fireplace on, guys. I'm sorry, honey. It's so hot. Hi, my love. You do not have to read a book from Blood and Ash to read Shadow in the Ember. Not at all. Fantasy books for beginners. Genji just Mufasa and Mabel. And now they're running. A Shadow Ember is a good one. I feel like Akatar is such one that everyone always recommends. And Fourth Wing is another one that I would say. Romance smut. I think those are all really simple. Or like, I mean, even like The fucking Giver, you know? What about A Court of Mist and Fury? I really liked A Court of Mist and Fury. That was my favorite of the series. There can only be one Genji. No, he really... Dude, help me, ball. It stings. Any anti-toxic masculinity book movie recs. I want to write about it for my writing portfolio. Anti-toxic masculinity. Low-key? Any smut book. Because that shit's written by women for women type thing. And it is. Those men are very well rounded. But I don't know. I can't, off the top of my head, I don't know. The sheer happiness on your face when you realize we mods would try reading the books are a highlight of the stream. I'm actually pumped. I hope that you guys, well, I'm going to be so sad when you guys come back and are like, did not like it. But even trying it makes me really happy. Court of Silverflame. I can't remember Akatar. So, it's been a while. I do have makeup on. I'm only 25% through Akatar, and so far I'm not really into it. Does it get better? I would say the second book is really fucking good. I also loved One Dark Window. That's more added pressure. Well, more like don't force yourself to read it, and if you don't like it, that's okay. But I will be sad because obviously it'd be like showing someone your favorite show and them not liking it. But I also understand if you don't like it. Don't let my sadness do anything. Okay, don't change anything. Be honest. Be honest. It's completely okay. I've never seen so many readers of books in one place. Isn't it great? I love it so much. Like, I love it so much. How many chapters? Which one are you guys reading? Are you all reading Shot on the Ember first? Have you ever read something so sad and heart-wrenching that you felt actual pain in your heart? Or is it just me? Oh, all the time. The last time I fucking sobbed from a book was Song Achilles, though. I will never forget, I finished the book and I'm sobbing. Guys, I'm like, okay, in my bed. John comes in and he's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? It's a fucking book. He's like, oh, okay. And then he leaves. I'm okay. He comforts me. He comes back. I'm bawling again. I would 2 hours later, I'm bawling just thinking about it. But I love that book. I'm almost done with book 1 of Shot on the Ember. Yeah! I've read a couple mystery books. They're not my generally go-to, but I do love a good mystery. Are you a fan of regular people kind of books? Sally Rooney kind of thing. I don't know what that means. Regular people books? I listened to that audiobook while I was at work. It was rough. I tried listening to a Shadow in the Embers audiobook with John in the car, and it was unbearable. Do you like horror books? No. Normal People by Sally. I don't know what that is. Normal People is so good. I'm gonna write it down. Is your taste in movies the same as your taste in books? No. Normal People. Okay. Know any good self-help books? Nope. Why do you hate audiobooks so much? I just don't like them. Unless the narrator is really good. But, yeah. I used to listen to a lot of audiobooks when I was younger, and then I just prefer reading now. I also don't drive. I don't drive to work, I don't drive. So if I drove, I think I would like audiobooks a lot. If I had to commute often, I would probably love them. But I don't drive a lot, so. I don't watch any more K-dramas. I used to watch K-dramas all the time with my mom, but I don't do that anymore. If you could live in one fantasy world from the book, which would you pick? Am I a human in this world? Do I get to choose what I am? Or am I just transported to that current world? Because I'm going to be really honest, in most fantasy worlds, humans get kind of giga-fucked. So, like, at that point, I'm going to choose, like, something where, you know, we just live peacefully. Could have fooled me. I saw you get out of your Lambo before you got on stream. I fit into the world. You're a worm. Okay, I'm just gonna say I get to choose and like my phone's gonna die. My phone's gonna die. Everyone pause. Hold on, I'll save you. If this dies, it's GG's. Wait, I don't see the thing. I threw it earlier. Remember the thing that I said was an island? Where is it? Remember the thing I said that was an island? I was like, guys, this is an island. I found it. You're not understanding a word I say, but. Saved? We good? The thing that earlier I said was an island, which you probably don't even understand what I'm fucking referencing. But remember, I was like, oh my god, it's a party here and whatever, and the stream's a party, but really it's an island. That was the thing that I needed to use. What is it called? What is it called? The outlet. The thing you plug into the wall. A charging block. Anyways, I threw that and I couldn't find it. I have found it. Have you tried out the sunscreens that you enjoy? Yeah, I mean, I really like Thank You Farmer's sunscreen. It's like the water sunscreen, and then I really like the one I'm currently using. I call it a brick. I don't know. Ooh. Have you played Power World? I have played Power World. It's a little boring to me coming from Ark, if I'm gonna be for real, because Ark feels like it has a lot of action and story, and Power World lacks story and everything is friendly, so there's not like combat. But yeah. What's your reading pace? I could finish a book in a day for sure. Oh, if I was to pick a fantasy world, where would I live? Okay. The first thing that comes to mind is I want to be an elf in Lord of the Rings. Or I would not pick Game of Thrones. What the fuck? No. I think I would be an elf in Lord of the Rings. Or I would be like a fairy in like A Court of Thorns and Roses, just because it's really pretty. The way that they describe it, like all of the different courts. I'm trying to think. You kind of look like an elf from Lord of the Rings. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me, and I'm going to remember that till I die. Celine saw Lord of the Rings for the first time, like, 2 years ago, And she was texting me during the movie. We rented out a theater. And she was texting me during the movie. And she was like, oh my God, Arwen really reminds me of you. I was like, this is the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. Ever. And it's been 2 years and I haven't forgotten it. So, like, imagine. Arwen? Me? I don't think that's true. But the fact that if I remind her, I'm in. I don't give a fuck if that's true or not. I will believe in my delusion that that is true. Love it. Do the facial expressions of a Disney cartoon. Thanks. I don't know. Hello, Just Jackson. This is why Celine is better at flirting. She just knows. She just fucking knows, you know? Celine 2, John 0. No, let me think. What has John done that has absolutely risen me up? One time, John sent me a care package full of, like, all my favorite candies and gum, and he wrote me a little note, and it was like, good luck on your, like, test or something. I can't remember what he sent it for me. And then, yeah, and that was Riz. That was so Rizzy. What else? Well, see, John doesn't have, like, flirty Riz. We've already said that. He's just like, he's goofy and kind and funny. So, yeah. How about recently? No. What is your love language? And is it different from John's? If so, how do you guys operate with that? We have definitely different love languages. My love language is, well, my love language is physical touch and Dude, okay, this is the thing where, like, I love all of them. I want to be physically touched. I want to be affirmed. I want gifts. What do you mean I have to choose? I feel really loved through physical touch. I feel really loved through acts of service and quality time. I would say those are my top 3 if I really had to choose. Quality time is like, quality time and physical touch are really like neck and neck, and acts of service is like yeah. Yes. But I love all of them. And then John is affirmations. And acts of service, kind of. He's kind of. But I would actually... Yeah. John is definitely acts of service and affirmations. And then mine is like quality time and physical touch. And I'm like... So, we are very opposites. And the way that we kind of operate around that is I basically cuddle up to him until he gives me physical touch. And then quality time is a little hard for him, but I just basically ask for it. I just wrote him a list today. We were talking. I was like, dude, you know, I don't want to give you all the details, but basically we wrote each other lists of what do we want in our relationship? What do I want out of you? And then he took it and cheers to that. Can you write in cursive? I actually only knew how to write in cursive when I was growing up. When I first went to school, they taught us cursive. So my handwriting now is like basically a mix. Okay, I'm going to show you this list. I wrote down my ideal partner with John. But I'm going to show it to you so that you can see my handwriting. Okay, so here's my handwriting. This is John's handwriting. This is my handwriting. Trying to find something that I can... And then when I get really, like, lazy, my handwriting turns slanted and more cursive. It's backwards. Too bad. How often do you do these streams? What streams? Streams in general? These streams where I'm sitting in my phone? Your handwriting's pretty. Thank you. My handwriting is, I don't know, it's a little messy, but I have a story graph. That's what I use. Do you and John have gender-specific roles you subscribe to? Can you give me examples of that? I want to say I'm loving this style stream. Me too. Me too. There's something about unintelligible, scrawny handwriting that pisses me off. I don't know why that made, just like the tone of that made me giggle. John actually has really nice handwriting. I would say that John has better handwriting than me. His handwriting is like, the thing is that he's so slow at writing that it's like so neat. Bye, coconut. My bad, bro, tried my best. No, I was also forced to write cursive in kindergarten. I don't know why. I think it's because I went to a religious school. John is left-handed. There is like a paying guy, cleaning girl, boy strong, make decision. No, I do not think we subscribe to any of that. I'm sure there is something that, like, we automatically, but I don't know. What is something? Who cleans the dishes? It depends on who cooks. Whoever cooks. Like, if John cooks me something, I'll clean the dishes. But if I cook something, he would clean the dishes. But sometimes John just cleans the dishes, even if he cooks. Big spoon or little spoon? I'm always the little spoon. But that's because we both like it that way. Like, we're both more comfortable that way. Left-handed is different. We have to not smudge the pink pen ink everywhere. You went to a religious school. Did it impact you at all, or your views, or make it difficult for you? I went to, Michi, I love your questions. Really appreciate it. I went to a Christian school growing up for like 3 years of my life. And the religious part honestly didn't really like affect me. I don't think I would not say I'm religious now, and I don't think I was really religious then. There was a moment in high school I think I was a little more religious, or like trying to be, but that's because my best friend was really religious. Like, my best friend went to the Biola, like the Bible Institute of Los Angeles. But yeah, I would say the way that school affected me the most was I was bullied in. Well, it's ironic. I was bullied when I went to Christian school. So, yeah, I was bullied at the time, and I don't even really, I'm sure I was annoying as a kid, okay? Like, no kid is not annoying, but basically, my parents worked for like a low-key a pyramid scheme maybe, and then they were like, oh, this is a pyramid scheme, we have to get out, and so they left the business. And then all of my friends, like, I had like 4 friends, and all of their parents work together, okay? So then when my parents left, well, you know how pyramid schemes go, they're like, what the fuck you. And so my parents and everyone stopped hanging out, and then their parents were like, we're not hanging out with Jody anymore because her parents aren't part of the business anymore. Well, I don't know if that's what they said, but they were like, I would come to school, and one day after, like, I just would not, they didn't hang out with me anymore. But to be fair, I don't even know if it was really because my parents left or not. Maybe those girls just hated me secretly, which, okay. So then I got bullied, and then they would kind of like exclude me and giggle at me, and I remember like crying under the stairs at recess. I was miserable. My parents ended up trying to get in school involved, and then we had like a parent-teacher conference where they're like, hey, something's happening here. And then one of the parents told my mom, you're raising your daughter wrong. And my mom was like, who the fuck is this bitch telling me how to raise my kids? And then yeah, and then I moved schools. And that, yeah, I moved schools, and then I went to public school, where I made a really good friend. You know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna say names. Her name was Sharon, and we were really good friends for like 2 years. And then I used to go to church with Sharon and like hang out with Sharon. And Sharon behind my back would always post bulletin boards on MySpace. And if you've ever been on MySpace, I don't know, my generation was on MySpace, and we were on MySpace, and you could post bulletin boards, and they would be like on the homepage, but on the lower part of the homepage. And she would post anonymous bulletin boards of really mean messages about me. And at the time I was like, damn, everybody hates me, man. And yeah, she would be writing anonymous bulletin boards about me that were really, really nasty, really mean. And then, one day she comes out and she's like, that's me. I don't like you. She wrote me a whole email. And she was like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. I think you're really annoying. I actually hate you. Don't message me back. I don't want to hear from you ever again. Bye. And so then I opened that email when I was hanging out in the family room. Like I think my dad was watching TV, and so I'm sitting next to my dad, and I'm crying. I'm trying not to like cry, but like you can't hide it because I'm like 12. Okay, I'm not 12. I'm 12. I'm 12. So I'm crying, but I'm trying to hide my tears. And then my mom and my dad are like, what's that? They're like, let me see. So my parents read the email, and my mom regrets this. She laughs about it. She's like, oh my God, why did I do this? But I was just so mad for you. My mom emailed her back and was like, Sharon, I am so disappointed in you. And because Sharon would go to church, she was super religious. She's like, is this what God would want from you? If you continue to act like this, I am going to message your parents. And I'm like, Mom. But honestly, it's like, I'm actually really like, wow, mother, I don't know if messaging back a 12-year-old was the way to do it, but I'm actually so grateful for it because I had someone defending me. And I felt like I was internalizing all of these friends who disliked me. So I went from having 4 really good friends in 3rd grade, getting bullied, and leaving school. I left school. I literally transferred schools because we could not fix this problem, and the teachers didn't care, and nothing was like really happening. So then on top of that, I go to public school, and then my best friend is like a snake in the grass, really. And so then I'm just obviously internalizing all this. I'm so young, and then my mother defended me, and I'm really, like I said, I don't know if that was like the most mature response, but having my mother defend me in that moment really meant a lot. And then I go to middle school. And you know who fucking transfers to my middle school? My childhood bully. And so then at this point I was like, oh, dude, whatever, like, maybe we'll be friends. Maybe it's like, we're grown now. And then there was a moment where we are friends, but we just did not hit it off. Like, I think I remember her being a little mean and materialistic and just not my cup of tea, and we didn't get along. And I remember there was a moment where I left my bathing suit at her pool. She had a really nice house, and so we would go over to her house. And so I would go there, and I left my bathing suit there, and I messaged her. I was like, hey, this is like after we're kind of not friends anymore. I was like, hey, I think I left my bathing suit at your house. She's like, no, you didn't. Then her sister posted a photo on like Instagram at the time, and wearing my fucking bathing suit. And I was like, hey, this is my bathing suit. She's like, no, it's not. And so then I tell my dad's like, let's go get your bathing suit, Jody. We're going to drive over there and get your bathing suit. My parents are fucking crazy. I don't know. So my dad drives me to go to this girl's house, and I knock on the door, and I'm like, hey, I'm here to pick up my the dad answers. I'm like, hey, I'm here to pick up my bathing suit. The dad is like, doesn't know shit, okay? So their dad is like, okay. They let me in the house. I go upstairs. I grab the bathing suit. The sister sees me. Another sister sees me, and they're like, what are you doing here? It's like, grab my bathing suit. It was all really cordial, friendly. I leave, and then the sister tells her, like, hey, Jody's here to grab a bathing suit. And then my bully in elementary school is like, what the fuck? You're fucking crazy. I'm like, ah! So, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't my bathing suit. Maybe she bought the exact fucking bathing suit. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyways, I got my bathing suit back. But I don't know. It's like people be wrong with me, but then I be coming back with fire, so I don't really know. And then, yeah, I don't think we're really like, we're just 2 different people. I'm sure we just, didn't work out. And then finally I would say, like, well, that's not true. Okay, next toxic friendship I had, but this is really story time. So then I go to high school, I become friends with this girl, and like, I didn't really know where to fit in high school. Like, I was kind of a floater. everyone had their solid friend groups growing up, and I had transferred. So like everyone had their friend group already, and then they go into high school, right? So like your elementary school friends are generally like your high school friends, and then you kind of meet new people. But I didn't have that because I transferred, and then everyone that I kind of was friends with was, a little weird. Or hated me secretly, and then so I go to high school. I'm friends with this girl. She also transferred, so we immediately like bonded over that, and she ends up spreading a rumor about me in high school and stealing my clothes. So then that friendship lasted for like a year and a half, and my parents hated her. They're like, this girl is bad news, bad news. She spread a rumor about me, and then she like I don't remember. It basically was like something to do with sex, which was like a big deal in high school. And then stole my clothes, and then I would be like, hey, did you steal my shirt? She's like, no. And then I'd see her wear the shirt, and I'm like, that's my shirt. We stopped being friends. And then eventually I had known Abby, Abby. I had known Abby since middle school. We weren't super close in middle school, and I was friends with Grade, and I was friends with Taya. And then that was kind of when all of our friendships in high school just really clicked. Like when I would say like my junior year of high school, I was becoming really good friends with, and like finding my home of people, which is like the people that you have either met or seen, or like Graydon flew out for New Year's Eve party, Abby flew out for Halloween, Taya, so then I've been friends with them since. And then even like through streaming, I've had some rough patches based off of like me being new in the scene and not really understanding streaming etiquette and hurting people's feelings. But I think through it all, I have found some really amazing people. But that did fuck me up for a long time. I would say I'm still fucked up from it. Like, I'm like, oh, dude, what am I doing that, like, is making people just inherently not like me? I must be inherently not likable. I was just talking to my therapist about this. This is definitely still affecting me. I'm like, oh, I must be really aggressive. I must be, like, taking up too much space. I must be just, like, so must be something about me that people just don't like. There's something wrong with me, which has been ingrained in me since I was in third grade, however old you are in third grade. Because these people in my life who are close to me all of a sudden just like turn on a dime and then don't like me. But I think that two things can be true where it's like, okay, maybe I was like terrible or annoying or whatever, and they just don't like me. But I also think that I could like have outgrown that and been a better person now and a better friend now, and I think I am a way better friend now too, and also like I've learned to take up space. I just think like I like if I am a loud person or like an opinionated individual or whatever, I will find my people, and I think I found my people. It's just like finding people maybe is a little harder. I think that I will not make myself smaller for another individual. I just will not. Because I think that there will be people who are happy to, I don't know, they just like don't think anything of it. And I just like, I'm sick and tired of making myself smaller for people, or like, I don't know, like, I'm not sure. That was a lot. That was a long story time. Are you more similar to your mom or your dad personality-wise? I actually feel like I am such a smack dab in the middle of them. I don't know. Maybe like outwardly my dad and inwardly my mother. Maybe. It's a beautiful lesson though. It's good that you turned something that hurt you into something positive where you allow yourself to take up space. Yeah, it was super bad for a long time because any time a friend... it even happens like recently, not recently, but like in my adult life where I lose a friend or like I hurt someone or it's like just different. And then I internalize it. I'm like, oh, this is my fault. Everything's my fault. And you know what? Fuck it. Maybe it might be. Whatever. Maybe it is. I guess it's more like eventually you'll just find the people that you vibe with. And, well, that's what matters. what were mistakes in the streaming space? I want to respect all parties here, so I'm debating. I was new in the scene and being led by an individual who was like playing both sides, would tell me one thing and then tell another individual another thing. And so my influence and understanding of the streaming world was immediately skewed by someone who was basically a double agent. And then I think I also just didn't understand streaming etiquette. Like I didn't understand like sharing spotlight and such. Like I didn't understand that was like not something that everyone could play into when the content that we're currently making. And I hurt a lot of individuals along the way. But I also found a lot of individuals along the way. Just expedited the friendship process, really. I have the same circle since I was 6 or 7. I couldn't imagine going through that many betrayals. Well, I don't know. Were they betrayals? I guess. What an interesting, what an enlightening moment. Because I guess it was betrayals, but I've never perceived them as such, because to be betrayed means that I'm the victim. But I never thought of it that way. I guess I just thought like I've done wrong. But I think that both can be true. Like I think I can both have been betrayed and also have been not a good friend. But I don't remember. I was young. I'm sure there must have been like, there must have been something that I was doing. And maybe I'm still doing, but I'm not aware of. But I've come to just been like, if no one's going to tell me what I'm doing, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, I'm going to try. I try to be very self-aware and considerate and, like, go through life being kind and empathetic. But if no one's going to sit me down and tell me, hey, Jody, you're doing this thing, then they're not worth my time. That's why I have a really hard time with conflict avoidant individuals. Like, generally speaking, I probably can't be friends with an individual who is conflict avoidant because it just, like, it hits my trauma. Where I'm like, if you cannot tell me, I'm going to just assume that we won't work. That would have certainly given me trust issues, which is, honestly, I don't know if I have trust issues. I actually, once I trust an individual, I do trust an individual. It's more like I've just come to find the people that are not conflict avoidant. Really. And I'm so grateful for it because, I love my friend group. Like, we have a problem, we talk about it. And it's like, God, that's all I've ever wanted, And it's like, we don't have problems often, but it's more like I trust my friends in this group that if we had a problem, we will talk about it. And I love it. I love it so, so, so much. Even if those are instances you had done something wrong, a good friend would accommodate for you. No, you allow the room to correct behavior and heal that, I guess. Well, I think when you're young, no, right? But when you're older, then yes. I think yeah. Do you think Sydney was the turning point of best friends? No, I have had really good friends like Abby and Taya, and I've had really good friends. But Sydney is also Sydney I just hold so dear to my heart. I don't say that she was a turning point in terms of best friends, because I've had great friends ever since high school and stuff. But I would say Sydney is one of the, I love the friendship I have with her because the trust that we have in each other is irreplaceable. That woman is priceless to me. I love her. How do you feel better after conflict with a friend and not feel crappy about yourself? I can definitely still feel crappy about myself, but I tend to just seek the validation. All my friends know my trauma. All my friends know what's up. So if they are to approach me, and then I'd be like, okay, hey, I'm feeling a certain way. I'm feeling I don't know, you secretly hate me. They'd be like, no, I don't secretly hate you. Or I mean, if you try and think about it, if you were in their shoes in that relationship, do you think did do same shit they did? I'm so sorry, I don't know what that means. Do you think they did do what they did shit? I missed it. Oh, sorry, Mabel. Need her. Treat yourself to boba and you'll feel better. I don't like boba. Hello, Hansi here. Tell me there will be a VOD on YouTube. Wait. Okay, probably not because there's something going on with our YouTube VOD. But my VODs are up on Twitch, right? For 30 days? 60 days? I've found it's actually very hard to find good, trustworthy friends. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, like, I have found my people. I think I have found my people. And, like, I literally thank whatever God is out there every day. I think it's 60 days, right? For Twitch partners or something? I'll probably do a room tour when we move. But even then, I'm like, this room is whatever to me. What is harder to get, trust or respect? I feel like trust, right? I think. I've been through so many different friends growing up because of similar stuff like that, except stealing clothes. And at this point, I'd rather be alone and have my own space. I mean, I think that's fair. Everyone goes through everything differently. Like, there'll probably be a time in your life where you are past that point of, like, needing that space alone. And you'll be like, okay, I'm ready to make friends again. But I'm surprised that I'm just, like, naturally wanting to be drawn to people. I'm naturally really wanting to, I want a community. So I feel like I don't know. I just, like, was a bull ramming my head into a wall until I found people because I just always wanted it. Hello, Qua. Both can be gained gradually, but respect is more easily lost. Yeah, I feel like trust, respect. Like, I feel like I inherently respect people. Because you're people. You're just a person. But, like, I don't trust everyone. But, like, for the most part, I think I respect... Well, at a certain level, I respect people. You can trust someone, but respect hits deeper if it's broken. Respect. Yeah, I think I default to respecting people unless they give me a reason to not respect them, whereas I don't trust people until I can really know for sure. Yeah, like, I feel like inherently I just give everyone a level of respect, but trust is, like, something that I don't immediately give. So I'm not sure. I love these quiet, intimate streams. I really like this. I like not being at my desk. Have you read the Twisted series? I don't know. I'm really bad with book names, which is ironic. Ever since I got a boyfriend long distance, I've had to make sure I have alone time with friends, and time with him and his friends, because we're not in the same friend group. Honestly, that's a great thing. Being not in the same friend group is good. You guys have your... Mating in Captivity is a great book. It deep dives into this, like the idea of intimacy and domesticity, and how when you kind of grow closer together, the desire of one another becomes less because you're so close to an individual, and like mystery drives desire in long-term relationships. So it's good that you guys have your own friend groups because you're just two separate people, and you never want to be one person. You want to be two separate people coming together and make it, you know. Also, if you ever break up, I think about that sometimes. I'm like, if John and I ever break up, we're fucked. Because we stepped into this friend group as friends, and now we're dating. And I do think that there's, we're all adults. We'll be able to do, like, it's not the end of the world. It will just be hard to navigate if that happens. Mila, thank you for the 2. Mating in Captivity was so good. I loved that book. The amount of highlights that I have in that book, I was like, holy shit. You aren't the glue of the friend group, but it'll be weird. You are not the glue of the friend group, but it'll be weird. Who's the glue of the friend group? Who's the glue of the friend group? Wait, I'm confused by that statement, sorry. It's never the end of the world, but usually the end of that world. Yes, and that is what I would mourn a lot, is like that I love this friend group so much and things would change. That would be hard. I won't be able to trust and love anymore if you and John break up. Okay. I hate when people say that. Not because of what you think. But like, love, I don't like the notion that love has to be infinite. Like that relationships have to be infinite for love to be real. Because that feels like that totally just invalidates me and John's entire experience. Because my love for him is so very much real. What I'm currently experiencing is so very much real. And just because we don't work together or don't grow together or whatever doesn't mean that like our moment together wasn't real. But I also think of love as more of a fluid thing, I think. I think of love as more of a dynamic, fluid thing than most. So I can't understand the POV, but yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, Keely. I got no clue. Just because you're not together doesn't mean you still don't love each other in some way. Yeah, like I feel like I will always love John platonically. Just romantically, maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? People love the idea of forever love. I do know that. Yeah. Love doesn't have to be infinite to be real, just hit so hard. Wow. Yeah, like I just think that our media really, really emphasizes like one partner forever. Monogamy is the foundation of society, marriage, and I don't know, like divorce is bad. And I just don't know. Like I just am like just do whatever makes you happy. Are you breaking up right now? See, I also don't like that. Whenever we talk about this, someone's like, oh, you're breaking up with him. Oh, you don't respect John. Oh, blah, blah. And I'm like, it feels so small, so simple-minded. It's like I feel like I'm just like, I don't know. No, divorce is not bad. Like inherently divorce is not bad. Whatever, you don't want to be this person anymore. Okay. Hey, what are you doing? What makes someone fall out of love with someone? There's so many things that make you fall out of love. It simply isn't anyone's business. It's just public. I mean, our relationship is public, but that doesn't mean it is anyone's business. Very true. I think people oftentimes feel entitled to information because a lot of things that we do is public, but you're entitled to nothing. But, yeah. Trudy, I love your takes on life. I often doubt myself, my feelings. Listening to you always feels grounding and gives me validation. Thank you. Or we're just a bunch of two delusional individuals shaking each other's hands. I mean, who fucking knows? I just think live life. I don't think we're hurting anybody, you know? The blind leading the blind. Well, I do think that I think that at least I try my best to lead through empathy. So, if we are delusional, I think it's not a terrible delusion to live in. I feel it's like Twitch chat is the paparazzi sometimes with how entitled some of them feel to know everything. And you know what's ironic about that statement is like the paparazzi aren't fucking entitled to anything. They just get paid for it. Are you an INFP? I'm an ENFJ. Very far off. Do you think that empathy is a skill or like naturally becoming thing, if that makes sense? I feel like it's actually just both. Do you think you would enjoy a more private relationship, or does having a public relationship teach you important values in relationship? Well, I think those are two different things. Like, I think my relationship can be public and I can learn things, but I can also like, or you know what I mean? Do I want a private or public relationship? Honestly, I don't mind my relationship being public. I remember when John and I had first started dating, it was really hard for me to keep it private because I just like am such an open individual that when I went on stream, I felt like I was holding myself back a lot because it was just like a slice of my life that I had to like be conscious of being private about. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think about it too much. The only bad thing when it comes to public relationships is when you break up. Like, if you break up, it's just like the inevitable drama of people being fucking weird. There's always weirdos that like think it's truly the people who have never been in a fucking relationship too, where they're like, excuse me, you moved on too fast, or oh, you being weird, or they be talking all this shit and they're just obsessive, and I'm like, holy fuck, you guys have never loved anyone in your life. Like, I know it. Like, but they're the ones that be yapping. They be yapping. So that's where it gets a little hard, but yeah. True, people for some reason decide to pick a side when a side doesn't exist. I don't know, people get weird. Or they be defending one person and it's like, okay, what? Literally what? No, I just saw Daft's tweet. Like, I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. Like, if two people can figure their shit out, who are you? Like, who the fuck are you? Go date. Go date around. Go be in your own relationship. Like, I don't really get it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. This pen is broken. I'm really sad. But these are the best pens. IMO, I love these pens, but they always fucking break. I'm gonna start super gluing them. Chronically online people, yeah. 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 Yeah, but there's a lot of people that got rejected, and because of that feel scared of asking someone out. That's fair. I don't give a fuck on how it relates to being parasocial, you know? Fear of rejection, you're not alone in that. You're not the only one. But do you have to project on somebody else's relationship and be like, oh my god, they broke up and I can't believe that she moved on? You're projecting. It is... I guess the thing is like, I'm surprised that individuals make those comments and then don't think to themselves, oh, I'm projecting here. But it is what it is. Everyone's working and doing their own thing. It's just that, unfortunately, chronically online people be saying things, and then other chronically online people, it's like the echo chamber of the chronically online, and then that gains traction. So. Have you watched the new episode of Solo Leveling? Okay, I'm going to say something now. It's a rather hot take. Okay, so everyone buckle up. I don't watch anime. At all. So. I'm sorry. The reason why. Generally, I just don't... You look crazy. You looked psycho. Your eyes are glowing, but you look so cute in real life. Generally, I just don't enjoy watching TV, period. Just don't watch TV, period. Really. TV, to me, I think I don't like doing things where my brain is actually off. Like, watching TV to me feels like I'm drooling. And I'm like just, you know, those people in Wall-E, like what civilization has become in Wall-E, I feel like that. Like, I feel like I'm like doing nothing to actively engage in my brain. And so it's really hard for me to like feel like I want to sit down and do nothing. The only time I like really watching TV is if I have another individual with me. So when I'm alone, I am never watching something. Do you watch YouTube? No. So I don't really consume a lot of media like that. I think that I will only watch YouTube if it's teaching me something or like, I don't know. I have a weird, I don't know. Like I don't watch a lot of streams. I just don't watch a lot of, so movies I also don't watch, but living with Broden has made me watch an infinite more movies. We got a Letterbox. I got a Letterbox app, and so I've been watching a lot of movies with him. When I do watch movies, I would say like I watched like 7 movies last year or something, like maybe 10. I'm trying to think. I don't remember what we watched, but I've watched a lot. But I don't know. I don't consume a lot of media. This is like another meme, or not a meme. Like it's kind of like an ongoing joke in my friend group where if we do trivia of some sort or play any kind of game, I didn't watch TV growing up. So I just like didn't, like I don't know the difference between like Cartoon Network, Disney, and Nickelodeon characters. So people like reference these characters or these moments and I'm like, I don't know. TV can be mentally engaging and books can be mindless. Yeah. They just aren't for me. Like, they can be, but watching TV is mindless for me, and reading books is not. Like, I love that when I read a book, I'm actively either learning new words or I'm in, like, imagining a world unfold, and, like, it's my brain coming up with the image, so it feels active to me. Whereas TV, I'm doing not really anything, so I don't watch TV alone. But I will watch TV with other people, but generally it's not, like, my favorite activity. Like I'd rather play a board game or a card game or something like that. Yeah, I love to visualize. Like it's like, I don't know. Not even in quarantine. So Sydney and I did watch a lot of movies and watch a lot of TV in quarantine. But I also played a lot of games and read a lot of books. But I would say that was how we did spend a lot of time together. But not my favorite pastime. Like, even outside of quarantine, I really don't be doing it. So I actually, when I moved to California, watched Avatar: The Last Airbender for the first time by myself ever. That was the only TV show that I, like, actually sat down and watched every night. And I loved that. That was, like, my favorite and the only time. Did you watch Harry Potter? I watched Harry Potter growing up, but I didn't see it in theaters, I think, except for one. Turning the brain off is the best feeling. Yeah, I think I can understand it completely, like, but I actually just don't like it. So, but yeah, that's it. Avatar: The Last Airbender that's it for me. Dude, I'm so crazy about watching TV. I don't know what would be of me without it, truly. Yeah, I just have never, like, Broden was like, okay, like, tell me about your day. Like, you get off the bus, what do? You go home, you turn on the TV. I was like, no. I just, like, never, I think, like, generally I'm getting off the bus, I'm coming home, I'm playing games, or I'm reading, or, like, I'm playing Club Penguin or something online. I didn't ever come home and turn on the TV. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, I would come home, I knew all the channel stations and what, like, they were associated with and what times. And I was like, that's crazy to me. I don't know any of that. Like, I don't know. I feel like Disney Channel was on, like, 32 or something. But I just, yeah, I don't know. List of your favorite book recs. There is in my book Discord. Yes. The channel changed constantly. Oh, I got no fucking clue. I don't know. But yeah, I just didn't watch a lot of TV growing up, and so I don't watch a lot of TV now. Another thing that is kind of like an icebreaker I've learned is I didn't watch Game of Thrones, which is like a really big thing to say, I guess. I wasn't really watching TV. Like, my parents would watch TV and when the episodes would come out, but I just, like, I don't know, I wasn't really invited to watch TV with them, I guess, so I just didn't watch it. And that was like a moment in history, okay? That was like people were watching that, and they were watching it every week, and everyone would come back and, like, talk about it. I was just not part of that. So yeah, it was one of the TV shows I did watch. Yeah, see, I wish I wish, but I didn't. I have not read the books. But I don't want to read a book when I know it's never going to get finished. It's hard for me. Jody is so good at creating cozy, chatty spaces. You can't help but just sink into your chair watching. Thanks. That's so sweet. Hi, Clejo. Thank you for the 18. Sorry, guys. I don't know where my alerts are. My alerts are supposed to pop up right here. I'm on the overlay, but it's not popping up, and I don't know what I'm doing. So. I did not play any sports growing up. I tried every sport and didn't like anything. I tried soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, basketball, tennis, dance. And I didn't like any of them, and I'm really glad my parents didn't make me play. One of the reasons I didn't like playing anything was because I didn't like when the ball was thrown at me, and then everyone would look at me. I was like, I don't like this at all! I don't like being the center of attention. No! And then I stopped. But I'm actually so glad because my dad has a really bad back and knees from playing basketball. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe my body, health is wealth, baby. He's a streamer. Okay, people say that. Every time I say that, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be the center of attention. But I'm a streamer. But it's like, this doesn't feel like there's anyone with me. I don't feel like I don't feel like there's eyes on me at all. I simply feel like I'm a chatter in a chat box and everyone is replying. So, I don't know. Like, it just doesn't feel... Okay, does anyone stream here? Anyone stream in the chat? And played sports growing up? Because I feel like those are two different very things. And I don't think they're the same. We're words on a... like, it just feels like we're just chats and, like I'm talking to you guys, but, like, you're not looking at me. Like, it's different. It just feels different. You don't have to be the center of attention to play sports. But, yes, you are. People are looking at you. You grab the ball, and people are looking at you. And maybe you're not the center of attention, quote unquote, but, like, people are looking at you, and I don't like when people look at me. Like, I don't do well under pressure. Look at me playing in GC. I don't do well under pressure. It's too much. We're all looking at you, but, like, I don't see you looking at me. So, yeah. It's not the same. I hate the gym for the same reason. Oh. I don't like being perceived IRL. I don't like being perceived, period. But I don't know why I don't think of streaming as being... I don't know. Maybe we did some mental gymnastics there. I'm not really sure how I don't know. I didn't really feel the eyes on me in sports. Wow, really? I felt it so much. I hated it. Like, even when I played... What is that? When girls all play football for a day. What the fuck is that? Powder puff? Flag football? I think it was a powder puff. I did that. Hated it. Don't look at me. Hate it. No. I did acting and sports and never really felt the eyes on me. Wow. What's it like? What's it like to go through life and not worry about being perceived? I'm just not into sports, man. I hated it. Ultimate Frisbee. I played that in college. And then I didn't play it because I didn't like being perceived. Maybe you're just anxious when you're younger. No, I don't like sports now. Like, Sydney did her little sport thing on stream. I was like, oh, I don't want to be here. I don't like sports. But then I got an ocular migraine and I was like, oh, well, I can't be here, so. But I'll do it. I just don't like it. Josie, thank you for the tier 1. Welcome and thank you. Thank you. How do you style your bangs? I blow dry them up like that and they spread. How was majoring in biology? I really liked it. It was very interesting. I've never played golf, so I don't know. Not sure. But did you not want to be there because of the attention? I just don't like sports. I'm also not athletic, so I don't want to really be perceived in an athletic setting. Like, no thanks. No. Do you like to run? No. God, no. Yeah, they are Christmas stockings. Okay, it's only January. Everyone relax. Relax. You should try to play Call of Duty. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty, and then got a lot of hackers, and now I don't know if it's fun. Is Warzone fun anymore? Why do you not like sports? I just don't like sports. I got no damn clue. It's almost February. It's like the 20th. Okay, I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying there. But, oh, I just looked for my phone. I keep doing that. I keep looking for my phone. I'm like, it's right here. I have to pee very badly, and I'm being lazy. Any other piercing than in your lobes? That's a funny way to word it. No, but I'm getting I want to get this pierced. Okay, I really like my cartilage, but I don't want to have two cartilages. But I really want a cartilage piercing on this ear because I like it. Like, I like cartilage. But I think having two cartilage piercings is weird. So I can't. So then I'm like, oh, my happy medium is I'm just going to get it pierced right here. Even though I really want. Maybe I could do boom, boom. Well, no, what can I do? I feel like... Okay, so this one's a hoop. We could get this cartilage pierced and get it a stud. And then get another little stud. Stud. And... yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't want it to be symmetrical. I'm gonna pee my pants. I have to go. I gotta pee. I'll be back. Gonna pee my pants. She's gonna pee her pants. Here, I'm gonna play Nintendo relaxing music. It's always this song. Any playlist starts with this fucking song. Okay, I'll be back. Do. Okay. I'll go pee. Bye-bye. Okay, Mabel has gotten smarter throughout many months. So basically, in my bathroom is a roll of toilet paper. And so Mabel has like this weird obsession with the toilet. Every time I flush, she like tries to grab the toilet paper out of the toilet. I'm like, okay. Anyways, fast forward. Yesterday, I come in, all of the toilet paper, she did the thing. Okay? I'm like, great. The next day, there's toilet paper in the bowl and out. So she's ripping the toilet paper, grabbing it, putting it in the toilet, and taking it out. And I don't know why. So now I have to close my door, but I'm like, you're becoming too smart for your own good. So I was like, I walk in and I'm like, why is there wet toilet paper everywhere? She is a genius, but also like a stupid little baby. I don't know. I'm like, what's your point here? But she just like loves watching the toilet paper go down the toilet. So I'm like, are you trying to flush the toilet paper down the toilet? She just doesn't know how to flush? No, Genji doesn't do shit. Genji is my sweet, sweet child. Genji sits with his suit and tie in a coffee shop and a cup of tea. And Mabel is wreaking havoc in the back, throwing sugar in the air. I don't know. Did you read Red Rising? What did you think? I love Red Rising. I'm currently reading Morningstar. Love, love, love it. Growing up, do women have it harder in life or men? I wouldn't want to blanket statement this. I think men and women have different struggles. Like, men aren't allowed to show emotion, but women get sexualized and objectified from a very young age. So pick your hard. If she figures out how to flush, you're never gonna have a toilet again. And our water bill will go crazy high. Like, I don't know what, I don't know. Thoughts on belly piercings? I love them, but don't want to be perceived negatively. I think you're going to be perceived negatively no matter what. Somebody's going to hate you. Somebody's going to think you're ugly. Somebody doesn't. So get your belly button pierced. If it's perception that's stopping you, I really think you should get your belly button pierced. I have read Fourth Wing. The bread game. No. I don't know. Do you think you need to apologize for not speaking to people while you're going through it? Like, if you're the type to isolate? I mean, I think if your friends know you isolate, it's fine. Maybe to your significant other, if you have one, that's like, you're just randomly disappearing from the edge of the earth, then you probably need to be like, hey, I'm going through a rough time. So I'm going to be gone for a while. Peace. So much to read, so little time. That is exactly how I feel. I recently got to silver and wanted to thank you because watching your gameplay helped a lot. Wow! Cheers to that. I'm glad. Can you see John? No. As a guy, people didn't like me having my ears pierced. It didn't stop me from listening to them. Dude, guys are so hot with their ears pierced. The first thing that I remember telling John when where we were first talking, I was like, get your ears pierced. And now he does, and he looks great. Would you get any tattoos? Honestly, no. I think that I don't love anything enough to put it on my body permanently. My aesthetic changes. I want to change my hair. Like, nothing. I don't know. I also just, like, don't think I like the look of tattoos on me. Like, I love it on other, but they don't portray. I feel like they don't portray me. How, you know? I don't know. I love men with jewelry. Yeah. My favorite thing is when men wear jewelry that is, like pearls. When men wear pearls, I'm like, there's something about it. When I was in high school, perception kept me from going out with a wonderful person. I knew I needed to stop caring what others thought. I remember even having to convince my mom to let me get my ears pierced because guys were not supposed to do that. And they look good. Would you get a small offline TV logo tattooed? No. Never. No. My MBTI, I am an ENFJ. Hello, Trippy Turtle. Thank you for 10 months. Welcome back. Guys who wear rings with veiny hands. I'm a man, but I would never wear jewelry. I'm too awesome and manly. Nose piercing. I went to see my boyfriend's parents for the first time, and they're very traditional, so I had to wear long sleeves whenever we were at his house because of my tattoos and had to take out my septum piercing. I hate that. I used to date a guy, and his family was also very, traditional, I guess. So I had to, like, wear dresses that wouldn't show my cleavage or just all that jazz, and I had to kind of, like, not be myself. And in the end, they didn't even like me. So I learned a lot from that. I was like, dude, fuck you. If you don't like me, you don't like me. Like, I'm not gonna make myself smaller for you. Even if you're a parent, I'm just gonna be myself, which is something I'm so glad for with John's family. Like, I feel like I can just be myself. But specifically, I feel like that's because I stream, so it's like they already know who I am. But streaming has freed me. I feel like streaming has truly freed me from the shackles of, like, family perception. And I'm so grateful for it because I can go home and I don't have to like mask myself around my parents or around John's family. I just am. If you don't like that, then you don't like that. And that is what it is. It be what it be. And it is so freeing because I used to feel so self-conscious around my ex-boyfriend's family, and I used to just feel bad about being who I was, about being opinionated and being loud and, I don't know, having boobs. Anyways. No, I'm really grateful. I'm like, damn, nice. I like this a lot. I think things like that can ruin a relationship. I wouldn't want to change for someone else. That sucks. I do think like, yeah, it's just hard. You want your parents to like them, but they're holding to all these standards that aren't really you anyway. So it's just hard, you know? Skin is glowing. Can we get a skincare routine? I actually tweeted my favorite skincare products, or I uploaded it. You can look on my Instagram highlight. But my skin is actually really bad right now. How can I show you that? My skin is not good right now, but my phone camera is not that good. But I also want to show you guys, like, guys, my skin's not that great. See? Look at all that. And that's okay. That's jazz, baby. My skin is not very healthy right now, but I'm working on it. My skin is just happening. I think I have I think I have a hormonal imbalance or something. But my regimen is strong. So we're working on it. Is it just because of the cold? No. I really think I have a hormonal imbalance of some sort. But I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know. My skin's been like this, or my skin is, you guys know this. My skin is always a struggle. I have clear moments. I have moments of this. We don't know if it's hormonal, diet. Don't know, guys. Don't know. What a real queen, my friend who's watching this. Cheers to that. Appreciate you being honest and real about skin issues. I bet it validates so many people. That's really what I don't want you guys to look at me and think like, oh my God, her skin is perfect. It's not. My skin is not perfect, but I'm always trying to just have healthy skin, and I want to really like emphasize, like if there's any influence I can have, it's to just normalize skin and just like, I just want us to have healthy skin because I think perfect skin is not achievable. But how cold is it over there? I think it's like 57. It's really not that cold here. It's like 57 degrees, I think. I'd be saying this jazz baby every day now. It is what it is. What type of skin do you have? I have combination skin. My skin has been pretty severe for the past few years. It does help a lot when people normalize it. Yeah, I mean, like, it just is what it is. A lot of people have acne. That doesn't mean it doesn't feel like shit. That doesn't mean that it doesn't suck. And then, like, we have to, I be covering it with my makeup. But I also am, like, shrug. I'm really happy to see acne be normalized too. One of my insecurities for, oh yeah, it is one of, I would say it's my greatest insecurity. I just had a lot of acne scars and I used to be so insecure about it. The great thing is acne scars are actually like so curable. Acne is like the kicker. Okay, Royal, welcome back. But scarring, like a skincare regimen would really help with that. If you get like any kind of exfoliant, could be BHA, could be AHA, whatever you want. And then vitamin C serum, also hydrate, make sure you have a good healthy skin barrier. Like that, you know, there's a lot that can help. Scars can go away, yeah. Even like textured scars. So like not like hyperpigmentation, but like literal scars. Like over time, if you regenerate your skin will just... What's the difference between BHA and AHA? They target two different things. AHA can also, so they're just different acids. Like BHA, generally a popular one is like salicylic acid. AHA is like lactic acid and phytic acid. They target different things and penetrate differently. So I'm pretty sure BHA penetrates, oh God, I'm gonna forget this, but one of them penetrates deeper. I wanna say it's BHA, and AHA is on skin level. It's like their literal molecular like shape. Don't quote me on that. It's been a long time since I actually looked into like the literal differences, but BHA tends to be more acne related and like AHA is fine line, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation. There's similarities between both of them, but they're both just different. Inevitably. Do you know any way of helping OCD? I do not. I didn't know that there were types of skin. Learn new things every day. Yeah, I mean, there's just like, it's generally you either have dry, oily, or combination skin. Combinations, obviously, like you have dry and oily skin. Yeah. My biggest insecurity right now is my height, trying to be a short king and have a Vegeta hair. I don't know what that is. Vegeta hairline at 26. Sag. Wow, that was really, I don't know. I actually really liked hearing that. That felt so open. Nothing wrong with being a short king. And nothing wrong, like, dude, I don't know what your hairline looks like, but Dragon Ball Z reference. Okay, I don't know what you look like. My hot take for this is what if you shaved your head? Balding, basically. I think there's nothing wrong with being bald. You know? Have you ever been insecure about your height? Yeah. I've definitely like felt that I looked not very skinny because of my height. But that was in high school. I was like, my head would look like an egg. I think it's better to embrace it than to hold on to what's not there. Look at Johnny Sins. Made a whole career of being bald and having a giant penis. That could be you. You know? Yeah, maybe. Never hand me the mic. Don't listen to a word I say. I don't know. I do think though, like anyone can rock anything. If you have the fucking confidence and you walk in and you're bald and you be styling on them, like whatever. Like you look good, you know? So like it really comes down to confidence and if you're fucking working it. One of these is unachievable. Yeah, one of those is, well, it is what it is. I shaved my head just to shave my head, and I looked fired, dog. Shave head, grow a huge penis. Hey, okay, well, Johnny Sins got famous because he had a large penis, I guess. Well, I actually didn't know that. John and I just recently discovered that. Like, I didn't know that he got large. Got it. I didn't know that he actually was famous because of his penis was so big. Like, I thought he was famous because he just, like, did so many things and was bald. Like, he had a really distinctive look. But John was like, no, his penis is massive. And then we Googled it, and it was, like, really massive. So then I was like, oh, okay, I understand. But I think it was, like, a combination of all. But what I'm trying to say is that you rock it, you know? He rocks being bald. There are people out there that rock being bald. No, it's not that huge. It's the bald thing. Isn't his... How large is Johnny Sins? Okay, length of... Wait, no one knows this for sure? Don't go to images. Wait, I'm going to Reddit. Reddit has to know. They say about 7 to 7.25. Does that sound right? Just like me. Is that right? That's Cap? Wait, really? Johnny Sins. Okay, I don't know. He could be... Okay, basically he's 6 to 7 inches, okay? We'll just say that he's 6 to 7 inches. That's a large penis. You cannot tell me that that's not large. That's a large penis. 8? There's no way it's 8. It's 8 plus? There's no way. 6 to 7 is average. I mean, it's a good sized penis. Why are we talking about this? What are we talking about? Oh, what he's known for. Okay. I think he has a rather large penis. So, it could be that he's bald. Wait, why is Johnny famous? Why is he famous? Why is he so well known? I feel like it's a combination of him being bald, having a signature look, and like being just doing a lot. And I feel like his penis is average in terms of porn stars. Like every porn star generally got a giant schlong. So he has a giant schlong. So anyways, if you have a signature hairstyle, you're most likely... I actually do think signature hairstyles set you apart. Maybe. I don't really know. I mean, I had pink hair once and people really loved it. And I feel like I had more viewers at that moment. So maybe I should dye my hair pink again. And look at Ninja. So, maybe. Who knows? Hi, Miss Mabel. What are you looking at? Morning. I don't know this meme, but what is this low taper fade? I'm not chronically online anymore. I don't know what that means. I think porn has made most men insecure about their schlongs. It's really not about the size. It's not about the size. It's about how you use it or foreplay. Okay? If you don't have a large penis, that's okay. But you better be fucking good at foreplay. And guess what? You can be. That's something you learn. And how you use it. So good luck, have fun. No need to be insecure about small penis. That's okay. It's about really what else you be doing. Like on the resume, you know, everyone has their strong suit. Imagine if Ninja got a low taper fade and Ninja got it. Huh. Wow, the power he has. What are your thoughts on someone watching porn if they're in a relationship? Do you take on a similar opinion to what is in the Mating in Captivity book? I don't remember what she said about porn in the Mating in Captivity book, if I'm being for real. I think if you're addicted to porn, it's a problem. I don't... Like, if it's like an ongoing, really just like, thing... Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion, I guess. Too much of anything, bad thing, so... You have to give it to him good is what she's saying. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I do not be a psychologist. Very true. Does your partner have an OnlyFans problem, red flag, or what are your thoughts? Sorry, what? What's your question? Oh, having an OnlyFans a problem. Red flag. I don't think it's a red flag. I think it's like up to every... Okay, this is... Any relationship advice or anything that you get, I'm going to tell you the same thing every time. A relationship is between two individuals or more if you're poly. I'm trying to say polyamorous, but not polyamorous. in a polygamous relationship. Jesus Christ. It's basically up to you guys. Whatever you allow, you allow. Whatever is cool with you, it's cool with you. The communication flows between the individuals that are in the relationship, and I'm not in that. So I don't really think it's a red flag, because it can't really be a red flag. But it's up to you. I don't really know. Yeah. It is subjective. Very. Like, I don't know. Set boundaries and enjoy. Be upfront in emotions. Date with intention. Wow, words to live by. Where is my battery? Like, how do I turn this off? Settings. Why is my low battery on? Give me a second. Hi, Genji. There we go. Hi. Oh, hi. Look. Look at the baby. Oh, hi. Thank you. I don't know, everyone's been saying I look really good in green. I appreciate it. Hey. Hi. I love you. I probably won't dye my hair pink again, but I might bleach it blonde. And maybe I'll go pink after that. Who fucking knows, but... Love the topics you cover. Very unusual. I love talking about anything. I'll be blabbing and yapping. I don't know. Yeah, I do love to conversate. Your namesake. I know I do be quarter jade. So. When do you know you have an addiction to porn if you are as so-called functional? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Try masturbating without porn. If you can't come, you probably have an addiction. Right? Like if you need porn, I don't know. Hello, Anya Socks. Thank you for the prime. Appreciate it. I don't know about that. It's kind of hard without anything. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. I don't know shit about porn addictions. Don't ask me. I don't know shit. Gamer, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it. Challenge accepted. Try brown highlights. I kind of just want to bleach my whole head, even though I think I won't look the greatest. Like, I don't think I will look good. But I, like, also want to just do it once in my life. And then after that, I'll probably go, like, since I bleached my head, I'll probably do some color. And then after that, I'm going to regret it. And then I'm going to dye it back brown. And then my hair is going to be dead. And then I'm going to get extensions. And then we're going to do the whole thing over again. I don't know. I feel like I would look so fucking different blonde. You know, oh, what is her name? The girl in New Girl and the girl in Elf. I don't know her name. Anyways, the girl in New Girl, right? So, think about her and Elf. Those are two different fucking people. Those are two different people. But I think that's gonna be me. Like, I don't think I'm gonna look like me. Like, me with blonde hair is gonna be a totally fucking different person. Like, I don't think you would recognize me. Well, she's an actress. It's her job. No, like, she just... I think a lot of people didn't know that that was the same actress for a long time. They were like, oh my god, that's her? Do you know what I mean? So I think that would be me. Like, I think I would not... Like, me blonde is gonna be like, huh? But I still want to be blonde once in my life. I've never had blonde hair. I only had, like, highlights and balayage, but I've never done full, like, platinum or, like, white blonde. She was a brunette in both. Very much blonde and Elf. Try color analysis. I really don't want to. I don't know. I just like effort, you know? No. You don't think she was blonde and elf? Is there a reason why we're on the floor? I simply just don't want to be at my setup right now. Oh no, you're right. I was gonna say, she's really, there's no other perception. She's definitely blonde. But like, maybe she's like dirty blonde, but I'm like, she's definitely blonde. As a kid, I never realized that Emma Stone was in very famous movies because I was used to her being blonde because Spider. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I would just be a different person. I don't know. Beginning of the year and really loved it. Maybe that'll be me. I probably won't really love it. But maybe I would like the change. What is this song? We can sing of the 4. Relaxing. Ghibli music. Oh, my favorite. Oh, my favorite. Do, 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 do. Boom, boom. Why spend money on a therapist when you're... I am not a therapist. I don't know shit about life. Remember, we're just delusional. The blind lead the blind. Okay? Is being stuck in bronze for 80 hours on KO bad? I don't think there's anything like being a certain rank at Valorant is not a bad thing. The game just gets harder. When you're a higher rank, it's equal parts fun and equal parts not fun. Like, yeah. 80 hours. I don't know hours in games. I don't even know how many hours I have in Valorant. So, I'm not sure. Do you think Power World is the new meta? Probably. And now it's like Among Us era, where I don't like a game that is meta, and yet maybe I will play it. Who knows? Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I'll learn to love it. Who does life really have a way you are supposed to live it? Different for everyone, just like how happiness has a different definition for everyone. Cheers to that, I think. I just like the Minecraft aspect. Yeah. What are your favorite sex acts besides penetration? Okay, freak. I realize that rank queues have made gaming way less fun. Very fucking true. They really slid that in there. They're like, I'm gonna get it. She won't even realize. I'm just gonna slide that in there. Imagine playing Among Us in 2024. For real. We just played Among Us. We played one game of Among Us. Happy New Year. Well, okay, I'm done with this just chatting part of my life. Maybe I'll stream on my setup later. Maybe I'll play games. 9 p.m? I don't know. I'm gonna eat, so I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna end stream. And then potentially, I don't know. We'll see what I'm doing. This is one of my favorite things to do is just watch them fight. I am like really stimulated by them. Brown, but think of the Prime. Thank you for using your Prime on me. Look at her little paws. Look at her. It's like the battle. Like, look at them just stare at each other. Look at his ears. Dude, his ears right now? Look at this. Meep. So flat. Dude, it's like I'm taking a photo, but they're just not moving. No, I love them. I like when they fight and play, I have so much fun. Holy fuck, hurry up! Wow, this is intense. There we go. Hold on, this one doesn't fit. To kill a god. No, don't pay attention to me. Fight. You guys are just staring at each other. Okay, my bad. Anyways. Wow, they're actually done. What the fuck? Oh, she's just gonna go sleep. Okay, he's looking to... Like, they're just stupid. They're just stupid little babies. She's staring at the wall. Sir? Sir? What are you doing? Okay, I'm leaving now. I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're doing. She like instantly went back to sleep. So they fought, went to sleep. All right. How do I do this? Wait, sorry, I'm trying to raid. And yet I don't know how to do this. My channel. Chat. Is that working? I think so. Yes, thank you. All right. Goodbye, everyone. I might just go stream on my setup later tonight, but I'm not, no commitment. I don't fucking know. If I show up, I show up, and if not, whatever. So turn on my stream notifications, or else you'll never make it. Brother, thanks. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you have been around. But goodbye, everyone. Gotta start my homework. When you say homework, read. You're gonna read Shadow in the Ember? So probably not. I don't know. We'll see. There's a world. There's a possibility. But maybe not. Okay, bye, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really enjoyed this. Maybe we'll do this more often. I really, really, really like this. I like not being at my setup. Okay, bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye. We're gonna go raid John. John's streaming on his not stream account. Okay, bye. Peace. I don't know how the raid's gonna work, so like whatever. Okay, bye. See you. I'm just gonna end this.